Uh-oh. This is a recording of a live stream. It may contain bloopers and frequent distractions. The audio and video quality may vary. Thank you for your understanding, and please enjoy.
Well, last time we started off being arrested for disturbing the peace. So we ended up in prison and jail. Unfortunately, Blath slept through most of that. We had a very interesting encounter with a magistrate, and we learned to never interrupt him.
The hard way.
The hard way.
It didn't.
We got away, though, lightly, in light of us, first off, all not having been tied to anything criminal before, and that we really defended our lives. We only got away with disturbing the peace, not for murdering someone. We had to pay a fine of 25 gold per head, and we got a writ that says that we have been found guilty of a criminal act, so we shouldn't get caught again, because that will not be as lenient.
Hopefully.
Then we moved on to get to know our new neighborhood, potentially. I mean, I think we have made up our mind at this point, but we got to know our new neighbors. We went through the different shops. We've met, let me take a look at my notes. Who was it? So, we met, at Corellon's Crown, the elf Fala Lafair, or something like that.
You can head to the journal.
Actually, the names are written there, aren't they? Yeah. Fala Lafair.
Yes.
Okay. So, she was at Corellon's Crown, which sells herbs, potions, and the like. Then at this Demon's Deal, we met Embrick and Avi, two Genasi, one fire, one water, who ran the blacksmith. Also ordered quite a few upgrades and repairs there. Then we were at the Bent Nail, where we met the half-elf carpenter. What was his name? Tally. I think he just gave us the name Tally.
That's
shorter. I don't wanna spell out that name that's written in the journal right now. It's too long. So we went with him to the Trollskull Manor to get a little idea of what it would cost to get it running again. We didn't go to the Cat's Eye. We don't know what's in there yet. But we also went to the Bookworms. That is BOOKWYRMS. Treasure. Led by a awesome looking guy. I'll show it on my screen at least. Rishal the Page Turner. It's the most epic Dragonborn I have ever seen. So he's selling mostly books, scrolls, and wizard supplies. So unfortunately, not what we were looking for Zraythas. And then there's a rival pub, but they haven't opened yet. And after that, we tried to retreat, or we did retreat to the Yawning Portal to get some rest, but we closed on a certain mental message arriving for Zraythas.
Yes, thank you very much. So for the sake of narrative, let's say it's around 7 p.m. You are still all together in the Yawning Portal Tavern.
Oh, hang on. Did we not get a full rest?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, you mean? Well,
Yes, we did, because we didn't have any
Sure,
battle in the
you
previous day.
awake
Okay, cool.
the next day, so yeah.
Because I was half dead.
But you are before the next one, since it is not that late of evening. Blath, you come to your senses after a day of a lot of napping. You felt kind of sick, but now feel better. Your other companions are down at the tap room, talking, not necessarily celebrating, but at least considering.
Talking about you.
Talking about Blath.
Who else?
Primarily talking about Blath.
What else?
So you're down there, enjoying yourselves as Zraythas seems kind of off for a second. As you, in your mind, Zraythas, hear the words of an individual that you do not know yet, but heard a lot already about. It is the Blackstaff. Fen, I think your mic is doing weird, odd things once again.
Again? Sorry. I
I've
don't
got
know
some
why.
static noise. I'm sorry. Thank you. Now it's gone. Perfect. You hear in your voice, in your head, a tinkling voice of a female with a distinct accent. I am Vaira Safar, the Blackstaff. Come to Blackstaff Tower in the Castle Water at once. Bring your friends. To which you reply, I will, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Still, you are sitting together in the tap room as you see your friend Blath walking down the stairs from his room towards your
Hi
table.
guys. Sorry. I got a new character voice suggested last time. I think it's beautiful, and I'm gonna go with it.
Oh no, I was kidding. I was kidding.
I'm joking. Sorry. Sorry, Jax. Go ahead.
It's all right. I wanted to give you the stage anyway.
Ah, cool. Hello.
Fuck off.
God.
Hello.
The roof suddenly collapsed over your character. Roll a new character.
Oh, no. You know my new character is gonna have an annoying voice.
So you're sitting at the table. Blath joins you, gives you all a nod. As you have one of the barmaids join you at your table, barely sitting down. It is Emmy, the blonde with the curly hair, who is winking at Rune. Hi, you guys. What can I bring you?
Muggle ale, please.
I look
I
at
was
my
wrong.
back. I hold my hand and say, I look at Zraythas. Did it sound urgent?
It did indeed.
You
Wait,
have
did
to
I
go
miss
What
something?
are you talking about? What's
Shall
terribly
I
urgent?
come back once you've decided, gentlemen?
Yeah, bring me a mug of ale.
No, don't. I look at.
All right, I'll be
Rurik.
right
Wait.
back.
What? But the ale. What is going on?
Well, I've been contacted by Vaira? Vaira Safar? Difficult name.
Difficult name.
Vajra Zafar.
Vaira Safar.
Almost.
Okay, but anyways, she told me to come immediately and bring my friends. So I think we should all go.
If you haven't heard the name Vajra, maybe you have heard the name Blackstaff.
Aren't they the group that someone suggested us to get in contact with for
She's the
paperwork?
leader. She's the most powerful wizard in all of Waterdeep and the leader of Force Grey. Yes.
That doesn't mean that she wouldn't understand that we needed to just have at least one ale before leaving. I mean, it's rude.
Do you really want to go to a person of respect in the town with the stink of ale in your breath?
Could get a mint. Fine, ever logical.
I'm with Rune on this one.
Do we need to leave now, or no?
Well, if she's that important as Rune just said, well, he normally is down for a drink, but if he says to not drink and go there now, that means we should be there by yesterday.
I hate to admit it.
Emmy comes back to the table and serves you 5 mugs of ale. There you go, fellas.
Oh,
And leaves once again.
I look at the back and I look at Rurik and I just push mine over to him. There you go.
Well, there we go. Thank
I
you.
guess
Make
it's
it
a
quick.
race to finish our drinks.
So instead of drinking, I will also ask Tamron, Do you prefer a second one as well?
Oh, no. Just the one for bravery, not two for stupidity. I'm ready to go.
You're
If you don't want it,
smarter than you
Zraythas,
look.
As I say stupidity, I look over at Rurik. Do you want this one?
All right. So I will.
get it over here.
So I will
Slide
just
it
push
over the table. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. After we bound and gag Rurik, we will go.
I down my ale.
Rurik, you down. How many bucks?
3.
All right, make one Constitution saving throw.
With
With
advantage.
First roll of the day.
Advantage.
Yes, with advantage. Standard
With
thingy.
advantage
Use
because
dwarf.
But you're a dwarf.
Dwarf have resistance against poisons.
Because it's the
What's Mr.
dwarf who
Drunk?
goes swimming with little hairy
God.
women.
Yeah,
19.
fine. You're still thirsty.
Oh, you managed it.
One more.
Love you drinking yours?
Yeah, I've downed mine. In the time you down 4, I got gulped 1.
As you see another individual approach your table, one that you're familiar with. It's a red-haired human, Rune Neverember, with his long flowing red hair, is coming towards your table with a tablet and a few shots on it. Hey guys, how are you doing?
I stand up and say, it's very nice of you to invite us to a drink, but we've been summoned by the black stuff.
Shut
I
up,
don't-
you. What?
We have been summoned by the black stuff. I don't think we should drink anymore.
Ah, don't you worry. Yes, I've told her about you, but she's a kind woman. She will understand. Come on.
I look at
What?
him.
Are you coming with us?
What are these?
Those are dragon's breaths. A very nasty, burning shot. Spicy. You're not tried. There you go. At the hands of your glass, Tamron.
I already take a.
Anyone else?
All right.
Well,
No,
before we
thank you.
go,
And the ice
One
cream.
shot for the courage. One shot for the courage.
It's spicy.
It's like a Mexican. I'm not sure if you know that shot with tomato. So imagine chili con carne without meat and more spicy mixed with alcohol. That's pretty much a shot.
It kind of sounds like Bloody Mary to me.
I don't know why I always
Bloody
trust
Mary with
you.
some hotness. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's call it a Bloody Mary shot.
Wow. That
It-
sounds exclusive.
Someone burns. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw. Who drinks one?
shit.
I knew I shouldn't have, but I felt like I felt
I
obliged
felt
by
the peer
his.
pressure.
Come on.
Oh, hello there.
Fine.
Constitution. Saving throw.
Maybe
Ooh,
something
wait.
stronger next time. I
Eight.
wink at Rune. Oh.
Come on, Zraythas. Did you drink one?
No.
Rune is kind of coughing like, jeez, you guys. Alrighty.
Oh, Tamron.
As you feel the alcohol take you, Tamron and Rune, you're down to celebrate a little more. As you see them, you kind of want to get up after that shot. You feel Renee pushing you down. Come on, drink with me.
No.
No, listen.
No.
We need
You are intoxicated. You are drunk now.
need to go. Okay, need to go.
Looking at you, it's too late already.
No.
Nowhere near.
I
You
don't
have
want
to
to
come
go.
with us.
Not be summoned by the black stuff in this way. You cannot appear there. Also, it's evening. She's having
Tamron.
siesta, probably. Would you
I
like to
just
disturb one of the most powerful ladies in town? It's such a
Well-
bad way, such a bad time.
Renee,
Join her in the morning.
You said that it was fine. We have to go
Also-
right now.
Also, she did magical thingamajig to contact this one, and he points at Zraythas directly.
Yes, that regular.
Yeah.
She talks everybody
she
like
did
that.
the speaking and the like. We can.
Oh,
be
that, like literally, that's nothing
we-
special. Sorry to ruin it for you, Zraythas. You might be a powerful individual, but she pretty much has contact to all her superiors in that matter. So don't feel stressed out by it. Her tone and voice can be
Okay.
sometimes
Okay,
threatening.
one question.
intimidating.
Can we go to turn him and ask for those shots to sober them up.
They are very expensive. They are very expensive.
How expensive?
Technically, only I know about those. It's a secret
And
between
that's
me and
so-
Rune. You guys don't know about it.
Alrighty.
I suggest Tamron and Rune, you stay back and make sure nobody occupies their table. And we'll see you later.
I look at
But
Blath
everyone
like,
had to come.
are you kidding me?
Blath, I
Alrighty, deal, you
am
guys.
Shadow Incarnate. I can just go. I won't speak. We'll just go.
Why does it always have to be about you guys?
Well, you can come with us if you want it about you.
It's not what I'm saying. I don't want to. That's your business. Still,
No, you're coming.
No,
He's coming. He's coming, guys. Let's go. Let's
no,
go.
thank
We're
you
late.
for contacting
We're
the
late.
black stuff for you.
You're
I
coming.
give you
Let's
a
go.
drink. Share my contacts with you. Don't you see that I have something on my mind? It's very impolite. Why don't you join me,
Rainier.
at least for a second? Yes, Rurik.
You know that lady. Would you be upset if she would wait a little bit longer?
As I've told you before, no.
Well then, it is settled. Let's drink.
Yeah.
That's my man.
What's on your mind?
As he raises his hand, orders a few more mugs. Alrighty. You probably have seen him before. But this blonde fella over there, and he points in a direction.
I directly look at that person like it would be the most normal thing.
It is a middle-aged warrior in plate armor. This one.
That's me in 20 years.
It's you now.
He's called Maloon Wardragon. He used to be a good friend of mine. Very
Oh, I used to be.
uptight, very joyful, happy individual. And he was part of Force Grey, the elite unit that is led by the Black Stuff herself, a private unit. The initiates are called Grey Hands. That's what she will make you, if you so desire. That's what she will offer you. That's what I can share. Still, he is kind of changed in the past few months. I mean, he has been the usual around here, the yawning portal. Still, he is more frequent now than earlier this year.
Do you
He
imply
changed.
that working for the Black Staff changed his personality?
No, he ceased every cooperation with the Force Grey and left it entirely. We have not seen him for a few weeks. He disappeared, said he was on adventure, and then came back somewhat changed. It's odd. His personality changed. He does remember everything. It's still the same person in there, I'm sure of it. But his joyful manner is gone.
Maybe he's sober. It's a terrible thing.
So as you're speaking, and he describes Maloon Wardragon, sometimes points over to him, right? All your views kind of linger on him, at least for a bit. And you see on his table lying a beautiful, very ornate battle axe. It is... Put out the description real quick.
If it shines in reflection of light, it will have my attention.
Oh yeah, it has a solid steel handle with tiny runes scratched into it. Is wrapped in blue dragon hide until the blade. From that onward, its pommel is ornated with a star sapphire, and the axe head is forged from different silvery components, probably silver electrum and steel all alike, and shimmers with a deep blue luminescence. It looks very, very rare as you just catch it with your eye. While he is talking, Rainier is talking. I mean, And this battle axe, while this fella, kind of grumpy, sits there with a mug of ale in his hand, staring at that axe, almost like having a conversation with it mentally, telepathically.
We see that.
But he looks very focused on that thing. Yes. So what I was saying is he came back changed. I'm not sure if he's depressed or anything, and it worries me. He's always been a good friend of mine.
So you're implying that we should go over there and talk with him?
He doesn't know you. I'm not implying that. I just wanted to get it off my chest. Is that too much to ask for friends?
No.
No intentions behind it.
Did he have that axe before he left for adventuring?
Yes, he wielded it for several years. It is a sentient magic item.
Are you implying that this axe switched him or is like possessed or something, Rune?
Considering maybe.
Oh, I don't think so. No, definitely not.
Wait, did
That
you say
axe is a legendary battle axe?
You say it's
forged
sentient?
by Garen himself. It is a sentient magic item. A legendary battle axe. Smith by the founder of Waterdeep himself. It is one of the most lawful artifacts in this city. One of the most pure. Similar to the black stuff. I'm talking about the staff. Right. The black stuff wields. The black stuff. The real black stuff.
Oh.
Look, I don't know much about no magical speaking axes, but he looks like the face of a man who's being told off. So maybe they're having an argument. I don't know. He looks grumpy.
If that's the case, it's not a good omen at all.
Do you think that the same of me because my face looks grumpy all the time?
No, you're just thirsty. I know you're thirsty. I'll be right back. I'll get some more drinks.
But I lean towards Rune and say you should talk to him. See if something is occupying him. If you can help.
I tried. Obviously, he's a friend of mine. But he grew more and more distant. I asked him many times, offered my help. Didn't reply.
Did you follow him and try to figure out what he's doing all day long?
Pretty much just staying in the inn. Obviously, I've got my contacts. I'm not stupid.
Do you think he would open up from an axe wielder to an axe wielder?
I look at
sure,
Rurik like.
No offense, Rurik, but he is more champion of the city and was, although favoring the axe, not really the dwarvish type. He's probably more proficient with it than you are.
Oh,
You have a feeling.
I didn't have any intentions telling you this. I'm honest. I just wanted to get it off my chest to somebody I trust. And I suppose you are that.
Rainier.
Now let's forget about that shit and let's drink. To you guys.
But the lady.
Yeah.
Anyways, anybody down for a game of dice?
Sure thing.
Oh, you and the dice.
Sure. Let's play dice
For the next round.
Whilst they play dice, I kind of walk round to Rurik. Listen, you like your axes. Have you ever heard of one that can speak? Sounds pretty fun.
I did not hear that the axe kids actually speak. I didn't kind of lost that detail there, but
Hey, he said sentient. It could think for itself. It has its own mind. You could talk to it.
I start nudging Tamron and Rurik, like pushing the dice at them.
No. We're talking about magical stuff. Imagine what it could tell you.
it depends on when. Who knows? Maybe the axe is older than my grandfather, Rumbrat. The
Wow,
Whitebeard.
how old's he?
Nobody knows. People are jesting and thinking of maybe older than normal dwarves get, 500-600, but people
Listen,
made
I don't want to
think
get your hopes
you
up,
know
but
that.
maybe the axe knows. You might know.
Uh, you're lucky there, Tamron, and I'm not that drunk because I would now stand up and walk to that champion and ask him if his axe knows my ancestors.
I smile and look down at him with a smirk on my face, say, "You're not that drunk yet." And then I walk back round to my seat.
Okay, what are the rules here? We all fucked up.
So, Zraythas wins the game of dice, from what I can see.
Yes.
Congratulations! Did you bet?
Did we even bet anything?
No,
You just
No,
played.
no.
Dice.
we just played.
We just played.
So you spend
Just
about an
practice.
hour drinking, sharing some drinks and stories with Rene, who then leaves you be. Although he kind of stops it behind you, Tamron, and comes down to your ear and whispers, "Hey man, you're actually, I could see you be a good wingman. You want to join me sometime?"
Wingman,
Yeah.
wingman.
Yeah, you don't know the term? Somebody who helps getting women to bed, pretty much. I see you're not that, like, you're not that
I
surprised
kind
and
of,
excited
Rene.
about it. I can train you with the blade as well. Just saying.
I just,
I don't know if I can do that.
All right, let's start with the blade then, shall we?
Yeah, I can do, but now or ale?
Oh, not now. I'm leaving. I see you next days. All right.
Okay,
I heard
ale,
Bolo will
then.
give you a
All
fucking
right.
estate, so I suppose see you at Trollskull Manor. Gives you
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
we
wink and-
okay. I mean, listen, I'll go easy on you, okay?
He chuckles, gives you a tap on the shoulder, and then leaves.
I don't know
See
why,
ya.
but I just see the scene like Rhaenyra goes up and whispers to him, "Hey, you're a good wingman," and he's like, "Women."
Yeah, like, hey man, you want to be wingman? Like, women? Like, huh?
Alrighty. So about an hour has passed. You shared some drinks. You guys begin to sober up a little, or at least don't get more drunk, because I expected you to be like, "All right, I want to leave, so let's just slow it down a little." And the remaining drinks go to Rurik. So Rurik, make one more Constitution saving throw,
Definitely.
if you don't mind.
Actually, I kind of find like maybe it's a game for us to see how much he can take. Well, he takes that one without.
more than enough.
Without a doubt,
I'm gonna
Okay.
button up this. No, I'm just kidding.
the beverage dumpster that is our dwarf, Skull, my friend Skull. He's still fine. And about 7 p.m., you ready up if you wish to leave
Yes.
for Blackstaff Tower, I presume. Would you know where it is? I suppose so. Otherwise, it wouldn't be tough to find out. As Durden just points you, Fenris, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell?
Durden would be just like, "Blackstaff Tower, are you retarded? Just head to the castle ward, you will see it." Which you are in at the moment. The yawning portal is pretty close to Castle Waterdeep, right? And just around the hill, he describes, there is a building called Blackstaff Tower, which also inhabits the Blackstaff Academy. So that is
Alright.
where you're headed.
Before we go there,
Yes.
I will ask Tamron for one of the paper birds and write a message to the parents of Zraythas to ask for a loan of some sorts to help pay off the renovation for Skullkeep Manor.
Trollskull Manor.
Troskull.
Yeah, why not?
Interesting move.
Take it.
Is Yeah, you can write it down actually, Dino, until the next session, and hand that to me, or
Alright.
I don't know, send it to me somewhere. I will check it out and consider, as I am playing all the other guys, obviously. So you hand Zraythas a paper boat, who does or does not declare his intentions. Do you declare to the group like, all right, I'm going to write a letter to my parents asking them for
No,
money, or
no.
how do you deal with it? You just ask for a paper boat.
Yeah.
All right.
I just asked for paperback.
So you look at him, wait a few more minutes until he finishes writing on that piece of paper, folding it as it turns into a bird, and takes off to the door that you just opened to escape. Kind of hushes over your head, Rurik, as you walk out. What's that thing? As it flies off into the darkness, and you head out to the castle ward, that is, or rather the streets in front of the yawning portal tavern. You follow the descriptions and walk around that, hill somewhat. As you, after 15 minutes or so, come by a street performer, it seems. You see on a somewhat of a pedestal, it appears to be an upside down fruit box of some sort, merchants would use. You see a halfling woman, fairly young, throwing and catching torches at a rapid speed. She juggles 6 of them at a time. And you see a small crowd gather around her. It's just at one of the street corners. Just, whoa, wow! And they cheer for her.
Oh, little beauty. I'm guessing we don't have time to stop and watch her jiggle her torches.
The torches. Do you mean headlights?
I don't think torches jiggle.
He's talking about
such a
something else.
poetic language, Rurik. It's a wonder that the women don't throw themselves at you.
Well, I got lucky already once, so. I gotcha. Nobody saying nothing, so let's pass on.
Cricket.
So as we
Anything.
pass, I kind of look at him, hand him 4 copper coins.
And he's like grinning like a little child, and just runs over there and looks up to her, gives her a quick wink, and drops the coppers. Does he have something like where she gathers her money from? the audience?
There's actually a crowd gathered in front of her. You would have to push through there.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
then
no
I will-
problem doing that.
You
I
just
will-
make
then I will
an
just-
athletics check for me for being a
Athletics
bad
check.
ram.
You can do
You just watch the
this.
crowd falling over.
Oh shit! You can't do this.
Right. So here's what happens. You try to push through as you want to give her a coin, and you just like slam against the back of a few of the commoners. There's about a dozen gathered around her, just cheering. They get kind of, instead of going by them, you just go into them, right? Pushing them onto another. Hey, what's going on here? What's some beef? As you stand there like a child with a point.
I just want to give her some coins, and can you please get it away?
Fuck off! There you go. Just ask next time.
Well, thank
Kind
you.
of push through, and you see the halfling woman who's juggling, kind kind of noticing the distress and seeing you as you drop the coin. You hear cling, and with that noise, she gives you a wink back, and actually does like a little maneuver where she cross throws them, and then goes back to her usual routine. All right.
And go back to the group and that crossroad, totally worth it.
Mark that coin off your inventory, please. You decide on what it was. I suppose a dragon.
I gave you 4 copper, so they're taking them out of my money.
Alrighty. So as you continue through this really beautiful, pretty ward that is the castle ward, you have high 4-story buildings almost all around. This is where the nobles tend to live and gather. If they are not 4-story buildings right next to the wide road, then there's whole mansions with fences around them, and even big, gardens, terraces, porches, all that you can imagine. A very beautifully carved stonework, less woodwork around here. As you approach that tall, faintly glowing black tower that you see almost throughout the whole ward, Blackstaff Tower is a swat black blood in that otherwise pretty ward, right? It disappears fairly humble, fairly less ornate. But looking at it for too long almost gives you that uneasy feeling of being watched. Almost as the tower itself has like an unseen eye upon you. Still, you approach. So you have this black. Jeez, all that fucking tabs. Sorry. So you have this black tower coming out of that little garrison, pretty much. So we have like a big building that appears to be an academy, and black walls surrounding it. But the gate is opened. Right next to it, there are 2 blue flames that appear to be magical and ever burning in braziers, lighting the outside. The gate is opened, and there's no watch to be seen.
Let's get in, right?
This is odd. Nobody standing guard. Do you think
Magic.
this is magic?
And saying that, like magic, as I say magic, I put my hand into the back of Zraythas and try to push him forward gently to go first.
Okay,
Travelers, can you
guys.
detect some magic there, or is there something that we have to
I-
do? I don't want to. I know of my uncle Rurik, who stepped into one of these magical traps. It was not good.
Well, I'm afraid I cannot detect magic. So, well, I mean, it looks like a magical place. So just expect magic, and I will just step in, and just expect nothing to happen.
I kind of hold my breath and watch him like.
As you hold your breath, there's like a drum roll.
Coming out of nowhere.
Nothing happens as you see Zraythas with his long steps entering the courtyard. His heavy footsteps echo through as he walks in about 10 feet into the gate, turns around, showing you there's no harm.
Okay, we fall.
You follow now on your footsteps, echo through this pretty wide courtyard. For that, it's a very packed city. It's very crowded, usually. Right? You don't have much room in Waterdeep. That's why you build high. Here is a lot of space. You see some appears to be like training dummies around even in that courtyard. As you enter, and there's not necessarily light to be seen. You don't know necessarily where you're headed. Just follow your dark visioned companions, or probably enlightening like a light cantrip, having a faint glow on your stuff. Zraythas, as you lead the party, you see from the other end of the courtyard where the tower ends in that building, a door opening, and a young female woman dressed in robes step out of it. It is not Vaira. It is apprentice, it seems, or an assistant of some sort. She's kind of her body language suggests she's fairly shy. She's wearing glasses fairly low on her nose as well, kind of picking them up. She has raven black hair, kind of put together on the backside of her head, although a few strings still hang in her face, and she's like, "Oh, you must be here because my mistress has summoned you."
I just
Yes?
look behind
Yes,
Zraythas
indeed.
aside, like showing my face behind this huge, enormous thing. Aye, we here. He was cold. So, who are you, beautiful?
I'm her assistant. That is. She kind of you see she has a notebook and almost it appears to be like a magical pen. It looks very ornate. Right next to it, her assistant and secretary. That is. Please follow me. As she kind of turns around, opening the door with an arcane spectral hand that just appears out of nowhere, pushing it just a slightly more open so you can pass through without a problem, being led into the interior. You see this building opening up into a great hall, a scriptorium it seems, where a few candles and magical lights still are lit at a few workplaces, as you see a few scribes doing their work as the door with a squeaking noise closes. A few watch over disturbed, but then return to the work. Shh, be silent, follow me. She directs you up a spiral staircase. Up and up you go. A few stories. 2, 3, 4, 5.
How long is this going for?
Are you still with me? We're almost there, gentlemen. Alrighty.
You know, with dwarves are made for short distances, not long.
You sure we didn't head to the dungeons?
Aren't you holes known for these super long staircases and whatnot?
But we're always going down, not up. That's why we build so deep. We don't like going back up. As you have this little banter, a few exhausted grunts being thrown into the otherwise silence and echo through that spiral staircase that extends as you get into the main interior of that room. Of that tower. It kind of opens up after the building. You have this bigger spiral staircase where you're being led up to the 5th story, and you see the assistant opening another door for you. This time, a double door, which she pushes open with mage hand each side. Please enter.
Thank you.
All right.
As you step into something that's a big a big room, a workplace of wizard, it seems, in the middle of which that room, which is almost entirely covered in either pelts or other floor coverings, art depicting the whole city, several sites that you would visit as a tourist. Many paintings of the landscape, the waves, the towers, the castle, ornate the wall. As in the middle of it, you can see a big, bulky wooden desk made of dark wood, with no one sitting there. But in front of it are 5 chairs that just now arrange themselves in a line out of the corners, like being magically pushed. There you go. Take a seat. My mistress will be there any second. As she closes the door behind you.
As you wish. And I just go as the first up ahead and just take a seat and rest on my axe, watching the others like come over here.
Yeah, I approach and slump down. I think they just burned off all the alcohol.
So is the room like empty, or is there like cool stuff around?
Besides the
Plenty of it.
paintings?
It's that there's a lot of art here from paintings to decanters, ornate bowls made of crystal or glass. You're not sure. It's very shiny. A lot of things here. You just want to go for a stroll and check things out?
Yeah.
Make
I
an investigation check.
Let's investigate together, Blath.
Well, Tamron sits down to me and just grab out an apple, wrap it over my armor, and start having a snack.
I find the Holy Grail.
Oh,
Where did
27.
Where did you keep that?
The the assistant of Vaira, it seems, just kind of walks down until she stands right next to the desk, sees you all sitting down, then being lost in thought, looking around, kind of getting up and inspecting some of the stuff, looking at some paintings. You get a good feel, Blath, that these paintings are worth a lot. They are fairly big as well, almost square meters. There's 8 of them on all walls of the room. You have little cabinets on which you have different bowls filled with fruits and vegetable, although they appear to be less for eating and more for decor, right? It's fairly ornate. You take the other path, Rune, and come to a little table set in one of the corners, where you see about a dozen very ornate, almost crystal-like carved glasses made for wine and water, it seems. And you do see a very ornate decanter right next to it. From your faint look at it, you decide that this has to be magical due to the carvings and runes on the handle. Please don't touch all the stuff. My mistress doesn't really like it.
No, no, no.
But don't you take
Just
a
looking,
seat?
not touching. No worries. Just looking, not touching.
As the others take a stroll around, go for a stroll inside a fairly big room. Her view, although always avoiding kind of eye contact and adjusting her glasses frequently, she kind of taken a glance at all of you 3 that are sitting there, which is Rurik, Zraythas, and Tamron. So I was told my lady, the blacksmith, has summoned you. I do not recognize your faces. That is something very special.
We're
Usually,
quite new here, but
she usually only contacts and meets with members of Force Grey or other important individuals. My apologies if I've missed anything in my research, but your names do not ring a bell to me. Who are you exactly?
and I just like give Zraythas a punch with the elbow to start.
I was summoned here by her and was told to take my friends.
Yes.
I am Zraythas, and
You see her scribble notes as you speak. Zraythas.
yes,
All right.
we recently came into this town, and we made some friends, made some enemies,
Yes, so I've heard.
and
Apparently you've rescued this friend of my mistress, who is Rainier Neverember, son of the former Open Lord, right?
yes, indeed, we did.
Still rising through these ranks so quickly, you must feel very proud of yourself. Others struggle for years to get a meeting with our mistress. You should feel lucky. Yes.
Should we?
I
But-
don't know.
well,
Those stairs didn't feel very lucky.
My mistress usually uses teleportation. That's why she doesn't struggle and doesn't break a sweat. Which is also not cool for a lady, to be honest. We apprentices still have to struggle until we learn teleportation magic.
Well, to be honest, I do appreciate a lady who can have a little bit of a struggle and sweat rather than someone who's just going the easy way.
You see, she for her it was also like somewhat exhausting getting up here. She kind of erects one of the strings of hair, blowing it away, and you see her blush a little, strictly avoiding eye contact while faintly smirking. Anyway, and from the back end of the room, where there's also a door, you hear like a faintly through the door and through the wall as the door opens, and you see that face of that famous and infamous alike woman who is called the Black Staff. You see a picture reference in the journal. She has curly afro hair and appears to be of Turami ethnicity, aka she has dark skin, and is wielding that big ornate black staff. You have arrived. More quickly than I anticipated, I must be honest. I was told you would like ale more than official business. Yet I am pleased to see you. She kind of walks over.
I'll quickly sit down.
Do you get up as she approaches? Yes? Right, Zraythas
Rurik,
gets up.
as,
The others.
as someone here and then known to meet nobility or like higher people, he pushes him up on the axe, still a little bit exhausted from the stair climb, and just kind of gives that
Thank you.
knowledgeable,
Please
respectful nod.
sit. It is I who has summoned you, as you know. Thank you for bringing your friends, Zraythas Silverscale. I wanted to present you an offer, since I have heard from a friend of mine that you, well, hasted to his rescue, and I appreciate it. She kind of slowly takes a seat in that big armchair as she kind of leans the staff against the table, although it does not touch it. It's more like hovering, to be fair, right next to her. Please, let me introduce myself, since I already know who you are, obviously. I am Vaira Zafar, Archmage and Blackstaff Tower, head of Blackstaff Academy, as well as Force Grey, and the Grey Hands that sit below it, our initiates. Apart from that, I'm also on the council and leader of the Order of the Protectors and Majesties, who your friend Zraythas, as I was noticed before, has joined, or at least wishes to. At least he filled out or received a certificate of arcane mastery and is now legally able to cast arcane spells within the walls of our city, our dear city of splendors, Waterdeep. Apart from that, don't fuck with me. I want you to be honest, and I can crush you.
Oh, that is something I can really appreciate. The part of about being
Still, I was told
honest.
your methods can be somewhat out of fashion. You tend to use violence, which is not necessarily the best course of action, but sometimes it helps. And a lot of members of Force Grey are like you, former adventurers who then started to serve the city. Those are my elite unit, however, and are being sent onto very difficult encounters and adventures. You, however, seem to be somewhat, well, according to the descriptions and words of your friend, as well as mine, Rine Neverember, could be part of the Grey Hands, the initiates for Force Grey. It would give you certain benefits. You would be, well, I would be your superior, and I would send you on missions to secure the safety of the people of Waterdeep. Would you be interested in such a pact?
What would conclude in that pact? Will we get payment? Will we get food? Will be equipment?
Depends on the assignment. Usually, as part of the Grey Hands, most of them. It is a let me be clear here. It's an honor to be offered part of the being of part of the Grey Hands or further Force Grey. Usually, our city watch, if an officer has years of service and appears to be very dedicated to our city and its safety, then she or he will be offered a place in the Grey Hands. So it's an honor, first of all. Second of all, you would swear an oath on the safety of the city and to secure it by any means necessary. If you should complete assignments with bravura and do so quickly and efficiently, I shall present you with a reward, although it will be less than pure mercenary work.
Would that also include that we're not buggered anymore if we defend ourselves and have to accidentally split the goblin in half on the streets?
Yes, since you would be technically members of the City Watch, somewhat, not technically, but the City Watch is inclined to let members of the Force Grey or the Grey Hands go at my admission. So they will contact me, and then you will be released.
I'll look to Rune and then to her again. If that means that we will have also the chance to go out and hunt for creatures of the dark that are bothering
That
the
is very
citizens.
standard. Not necessarily my repertoire on assignments, but possibly, yes, that would be
Right.
included.
Then he looks to the other group and puts his fist on the table. I say aye. And leads back.
If you have any questions, asked. One that might come up is whether or not you would be able to still engage in other factions. This faction, however, will not limit you from any means, unless you put the values and your oath to the city of Waterdeep always first. I do not mind you engaging in religious work or doing something for nature. Because that doesn't contradict the city of Waterdeep, in my opinion.
Come from. I want to be
This
very
sounds
upfront. He got in a bit of a bad side of Xanathar's guild, so if we become part, you might be noticed a few times if we get attacked. But we are not the type of people not to defend ourselves, as you might have gathered so far.
Yes, so I've heard.
Just letting that out right in front. I'm for it.
You are very welcome to defend yourselves. I have nothing against it.
Sounds like a mutually beneficial agreement.
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, I wouldn't suggest it.
Would
So
you
what say
tell
you?
us more about these oaths?
Well, I'm not sure if you're potentially familiar with the Order of the Silver Gauntlet. No?
No,
Alright.
no.
Not at all.
Force Grey has somewhat derived from it in the history of Waterdeep. Hence, we still have some traditions. We don't value the oaths as much as the paladins and clerics from the Order of the Gauntlet do, but it is still tradition. You will swear an oath to the city of Waterdeep and its people and its security, that you are defenders and ever loyal, and that you acknowledge the Blackstaff as well as the Open Lord as your superiors, and you swear it. It does not bind you magically, but you swear an oath, and the word of Force Grey is usually being taken very seriously. You should not deviate from that oath on the path too far.
What happens if one would, say, break the oath?
Well, depends on.
Not that we're planning to, of course.
Well, let's put it that way. You have not the renown to be very careful. So, I'm wondering why you ask such things. Well, same as with other crimes, it will be punished usually. Although there are no legal obligations that put you to the oath. Still, if you commit a crime that is out of my reach and is not justified by any means, obviously you will be expelled and judged accordingly. This immunity has limits. Do you understand?
Sounds fair to me.
So you're in for that, Zraythas, and he looks up to you.
Yes, definitely.
2 eyes. What do the others say? Blath, you're kind of silent. Normally you talk much.
He's kind of like thinking about how this might backfire in any way. I just have one more question.
Shoot.
If we're asked to do something that we do not want to do, what's the situation there?
Well, although disappointing, it is what it is.
Okay, I think
You are
I'll be
initiates.
able
You
to
would
work
be
with
here to prove yourselves. Right? If you do not prove yourself, obviously you will lose your status. But just because, I don't know, you cannot complete one assignment, that's a backfire. If you cannot complete 5 assignments in a row, that should be a problem. But don't you worry. I can be reasoned with.
I'm only showing skepticism because it's very important for me to honor my agreements, and I wouldn't want to disappoint. But this sounds good.
I appreciate it. What about the others? She's looking at you, Rune, and Tamron.
I'm all for it.
And Tamron?
Well, kind of new here, but everything seems to have gone our way, and any negative has been paid back in double its value in kindness and positivity, and I'm not one to look a gift in the mouth and say no. So, I'm in too if you fools are. Why not?
Well, there you hear it. Fine lady. 5 eyes.
And 5 yes and ice it shall be. Alrighty. Are you free right now?
There, for this evening, I would say yes, but there is a task that we soon have to complete.
I was asking about this evening.
Yeah, free
Then
this
yes.
evening.
Aye.
Yes.
Well, there's no way I'm going to go back down those stairs just to come again, so now's good.
Don't you worry about that. She kind of gets up out of her armchair, grabs her stuff, and walks around the table to you. Come on, get up. I don't have
Push
all day.
myself from the table away and follow her.
Ashley, I'll be back in about half an hour. Please take care of this stuff. Alrighty. Ready when you are? She looks into all of your faces, getting a nod.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Unexpected, but she kind of and slams her stuff in the ground. As you see, around you, a magical circle appear with different glyphs and runes, and then you're taken by all white. You see nothing, and then you do once again as you feel ground beneath your feet once again, and you open your eyes. You've just been teleported, standing in the courtyard. Just
Tamron drops straight to the floor and just puts both hands on the floor. Oh, I didn't like that.
she walks off in front of you, and she whistles, and 2 assistants come right by. They are dressed similar to her assistant, although less ornate, scribes, it seems, who carry on a little pillow a few gauntlets, it seems. Although they are not like plate gauntlets, but rather gloves, so to say, made of mithril chain.
Ooh.
She walks over, has them right next to one another, and with an mage hand, that spectral bluish hand appearing out of thin air, each hands you one. She then waves the servants away, who bow and walk a few feet back. Alrighty then. Neil.
As you
Okay.
just said, put the gloves on and take a knee.
Yep. Same.
Well then, speak after me. I swear,
I swear.
I swear.
I
Hereby.
swear
I
for
swear.
all time and eternity,
for all
For all
time,
time and eternity.
For all time and eternity.
to serve justice
to serve
To serve
justice.
Serve justice.
Justice.
and
To serve
protect
justice.
the city of Splendors
And protect the city of splendors.
Protect the city of splendors.
against all evil
Against
Against all evil.
and everything that should arise.
And
Everything that should arise.
I pledge my allegiance to the Open Lord of Waterdeep,
I pledge
I
my
pledge my
allegiance
allegiance
to
to
the
the open
open
Lord
world
of
of
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep,
as well as my direct superior, the Blackstaff,
as well as
well
my
as
direct
My direct
superior,
superior, the Black Staff.
Blackstaff.
entrust them with my life and honor.
And
Trust them
Trust
with
them
my
with my
life
life.
and honor.
So I swear,
So
I swear.
So I swear.
you may rise, grey hands.
I rise
You
and
are
I
now
bow
my
to her.
initiate. Please, hand my assistants back these gloves. They are
Oh,
just
frick.
a ritual method.
Oh. I'll take them off.
Oh, and there I thought these are somehow enchanted and we can teleport up there to you.
Unfortunately not,
Ah,
Sir Dwarf. Please, I've got important business matters to tend to, so if you don't mind, I'll leave you to it. I shall contact you within the week, rather the 10-day. We'll see how it goes. Whenever I have an assignment for you. Until then, feel free to do whatever. I've heard you made friends, and they're still making friends. And I'll
before
be-
you leave, does that mean now, since we are officially part of you, that
You are by no means part of me, Dwarf, and do not dare to interrupt me again. But please, speak up.
I was just wondering if we already have the so-called rights and protection and immunity, or
Yes, you are now part of the Grey Hands.
good.
If you should come into contact with the City Watch and they shall arrest you, you just do not resist. Go to their office, tell them you are Grey Hands, and I will see to it.
Hi.
Sounds good.
Is that everything?
Thank you for the honor.
I hope I will not regret my choice. I'll see you soon.
Try not to
Goodbye.
disappoint you. Good evening.
And she kind of walks away towards the tower, and as she does, you kind of see the door open, and she just disappearing in a small portal. There you
And then
stand.
we all go, Greyhound Gang! And then we jump and freeze frame.
I immediately turn to Zraythas. You need to learn how to do that.
The teleportation thing, you mean?
A little bit silence, Dano.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
You-
was not pointed at my mic. I was just looking at the screen where you guys are on instead of.
It happens
worry.
to me as well.
Alrighty, so there you are, standing in the courtyard of Blackstaff Tower. What would you like to do? You are now officially part of the Greyhounds.
Well, friends, I'm happy now that we can at least defend ourselves without having to pay Each time 25 gold.
It would get more over time.
It
so-
will get more?
Plus, it could get you killed as well.
Good
eventually.
point.
It will not always be justified.
It's been some time since I've seen Mithril. My auntie, Jessie, she was working on some fine stuff back in the days, but I will not bore you with my past. But how about we start doing something with our manor?
Well, we'll meet with Volo tomorrow and sign the deed. And then we could get going on that.
Or what about we try to find something out about that?
Want to meet in the early evening tomorrow with Volo at Trollskamada, where he would like to introduce you to a friend of his. Pretty much a steward, it seems, a friend of his who could take care of a lot of things, make things easier for you. And potentially in the evening, if you're still interested, sign off the deed in front of a magister.
I think about that, and I'm looking at Zraythas. Are you technically part of them now?
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting.
What about we try to find some leads on the water hag that we have a contract on about that
You mean the sea hag?
mysterious old guy, deep water priest?
Well, we know about sea hacks in general. I don't know if we will be able to find anything about this particular one. What we need to do, though, if we want to do this at some point soon, we only have 2 potions of water breathing. I could try to mix some fresh ones, but it will take time and resources.
How much time would you need?
Several days. It's a lot of brewing.
It's probably best we get these resources straightened out as soon as possible then.
Probably.
It's
Once we
from
are in
your
the
fleet,
manor,
right?
we have a good base of operations from which we can work.
Then again, do we know anything about where that hag might be besides in Waterdeep?
You said in the harbor, right?
Yes.
Maybe we can find that fishman and can tell us more again.
Are you by your conscience? You go back to the man that you take a contract off and be like, well, I've not done nothing these days. Can you please tell me some more?
Does not
think
make a good case for yourself, no.
Okay, let's go in blind.
Perhaps we could use our newfound status to poke around in the harbor area. And if anything comes our way, we can deal with it and pretty much get away with it.
Well, we still have that foldable bowl. No, did we sell it? Do we have still the
No.
foldable bowl?
I tried to sell it, but the man just wouldn't take it.
Well, we could use it.
I
to
offered
get
it
out
for
into the
free,
harbor.
remember?
You did not offer it for free. Like,
Well,
not
Please, I don't want it.
Then I would say we go to the harbor and try to find out some whatever we can about that hag. And if on the meantime you have any idea of what resources you need, Rune, then we're gonna go for that.
Agreed.
Harbor?
Yes.
alrighty, but the next day, right? It's
Yeah. We
it's
shouldn't go into
around 9
Dockwood and
p.m. now. You're having
we
this
sh-
conversation as you
we
walk
don't
back.
want to be in the Dockwood at night unless we want to get into more trouble with the Xanathars, possibly.
So you have this conversation on planning as you walk back to the Yawning Portal Tavern, where you enter, enjoy the atmosphere, although feel somewhat tired already. There we You see the tap room is somewhat full. Booming business. You see a lot of people just enjoying themselves, dancing on tables, having way too much ale, probably, and you hear a piercing whistle, pretty much, going through the whole room, like, as everything stops and silence takes place. Well, you friends, we've got some new adventurers who would like to explore the Undermountain. May I present to you the Fabulous Four? And you see 4 halfling individuals, 2 males, 2 females, right? Well composed adventuring party, right? You've got a fighter, a mage, a cleric, and a rogue, and they're all just like cheering themselves, kind of warming up the crowd, like, "Whoa, yeah!" It's like, "Very well. You have purchased the right to enter the well, so there you go." And you see them climb into the second story of the building, where there's like a crane with a big bucket, where they all enter, and they're then being lowered by Durnan as all of the bystanders cheer and shout bets into the room, like, 50 shards that they perish. No, make that dragons, they will survive. And they like, whoa, cheering. And it's just like that odd, bartering taking place. They are betting on whether they will die or survive as they are lowered deeper and deeper and then pass out.
Did I get a hunch?
Lowering down. And it takes a little bit.
I obviously need to place a bet here. But
The music and everything else picks back up. You want to bet?
yes, but I obviously want to would I be able to use perception or investigation or something to see?
It's all right. No problem. So you see a few groups, right? You see like an odd old gnome with some glasses, who appears to be one of the guys taking in bets, right? He has like that notebook with different calculations on it. He's got like an
No, I meant like the party itself. How do they look prepared for
the party itself? All right, make an insight check in that case.
insight? Wait, am I blind? Where's my insight? Ah, there we go. Oh shit.
I mean, well-composed adventurers. They look keen. They don't look fearful or frightened by any means. They are excited to go down there, and they look fairly strong. Maybe match you in strength, like you as a group, or maybe not. You're not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to the big last.
All right, 50 on Parish, 50 on Parish, 50 on. Alrighty, 15. Okay. What do you want? You want to bet?
Tell me your odds.
Odds currently are 60-40 on them returning.
Okay, I will put five gold on them returning.
5 gold on returning. There you go. What's your name, sir?
Name's Blath.
Blath. Got that noted down. 5 dragons it is?
5 dragons.
Alrighty, 5 gold pieces. Thank you very much. Next one. Alrighty. 50 shards, I see. And she just goes back to his business. You marked it down. You get a little note where it says your amount, your name, and what you bet, pretty much, and what the odds are. So if they return, you would win 25 gold pieces.
Hell yeah. I can't wait.
Alrighty. So after this has taken place, it's usual tavern business. Would you like to take a seat or head to your rooms? What's your plan?
Did somebody take our table?
Yes.
I
Is
knew
there
it.
another free table?
There are a few free tables still available. Yes.
I just go and grab Rurik. Let's have a drink.
He doesn't
Well,
even
You're
get
talking my
nice.
language now, Blath. Let's go. But
I will
just
join in as
one or two, or maybe 5. But then we need to have a rest because we got a busy morning. We have to get to the harbor, and in the evening, our dear friend Valo is awaiting us with a friend of his. So
Also, your armors are prepared, and ready to be taken after that. Everything taking place
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Also, wait, what time is it around now?
10 p.m. evening.
All right,
All right.
then yeah, let's have a couple of drinks, guys, and let's have a fun day tomorrow.
Alrighty. So you spent the remaining evening down in the tavern, sharing drinks and stories, still getting to know each other since you're not too well known yet.
Tamron apparently eagerly munching something.
Oh yeah,
Chicken is good sustenance, my friend. You should get some.
he grabbed some takeaway, and
Somewhere in the way.
then you head to bed, where you close your eyes and get a very refreshing full night's rest.
Finally.
Once again, long rest.
Tamron wakes up tied down in the basement.
No!
Not again!
Not again.
As the blackness takes you and refreshes you, as you were not necessarily exhausted, but still, good night's rest as always. Good, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Blath, you are in your room, still sleeping as you hear knocking on your door, pierce your sleep. Blath?
Oh damn! Right, I do the. I just like jump out of the bed. Can I recognize the voice?
Sterna.
Oh yeah.
Blath!
I come over to the door, open.
Hey,
Can I help
morning. You've got a visitor. She's waiting for you.
She.
Yes, she. She did not tell her name, but she looked important and holy.
Okay, I
Why don't you
quickly.
get yourself ready, and I tell her he'll be
Yeah,
right.
I go and brush my teeth and like fix my hair as well as I can, and like floss and everything. Yeah.
Darren takes off. You kind of put on something, because you were
Try to
standing
look
naked in the door frame in front of Darren. Just kidding. Unless you want to. You head down, fresh and clean. As you see, it's pretty early, around dawn. So you hear the faint noises, bird noises in the background. As you see the main door to the yawning portal tavern stands wide open, and the sunlight of the dawn leaves you with the silhouette of a woman in plate armor. She has dark hair and very feminine physique, although strong, it seems. I will unlock the shoot. Give me a second in the journal. If you look under
Mentors or
yes, there you go. Now you should be able to see
Valid.
Sata Bella Branta.
Ooh.
She
I win.
stands in the door frame. As you see her, leaning against one side of the door, just looking out as she hears your footsteps. So you have arisen. It's a pleasure to meet you, Olaf.
Same to you.
I have
Can I
heard
help
of
you?
your deeds in the City of Splendors, but where are my manners? I am Savra Bellabranta. I
Very
am
nice
part
to
of the Order of the Gauntlet, and obviously part of the Bellabranta family, whom provides the Griffins, trains the Griffins for the so-called Griffin Cavalry that you might have seen already.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, This is not my main duty, but I am with the faithful order. We are looking for warriors, for righteousness, vigilance. We'll strike down evil wherever it comes up. From what I've heard, you practice these skills, do you not?
That is what I do on a daily basis, yes.
Well, I'm not too keen on talking between door frames, so I gladly invite you to the Hall of Justice to join me for lunch if you're still free, and we can talk further business.
I might have to talk to my friends beforehand, but I'll try to
Open
make my
invitation.
way.
It is up to you to either take it or leave it.
Okay, thanks for the offer.
You're very
I'll
welcome.
do my best.
It would be my honor to have you as guest. So please, I see you soon. And she kind of takes a very light, feminine bow. You see some elegance in it, some knighthood, as you now see. She was standing sideways. That under her arm, she has a plate helm as well, with two wings on it, like a winged knight. Puts it back on, hand back on her ornate longsword hilt.
Valkyries.
I see you, and she leaves.
Cool.
Zraythas,
Yes.
you come to consciousness. Your bed, well rested. Get up, rub your eyes, take in your surroundings. You are still in your room, but something is different. Something that you do not recall. The other side of the room, the desk. There's a bundle of some kind. It's about 2 meters long and about that thick.
It's a huge
It's
bundle.
wrapped. It's just lying on the table. From distance, you can see it being wrapped up like a present. With a little note attached to it.
All right. So I will walk over to it and inspect the note.
Does it
It
have the
says-
Amazon Prime logo on it?
It does not. On the logo. Sorry. No, on the
Sorry.
on the note, there is some kind of sigil, a symbol, which almost looks like a spiraling outward sun with 5 rings to it, right? Five lines that spiral outward, and it says, "From friends to you. We would like to see your powers grow. Use it wisely."
All right. So I will keep the note somewhere safe, and
Put them in your bag.
I will unwrap and look at what it is.
Your claws, without a problem, go through these paper wrappings really quick, and then it unveils a big staff.
That's a two-hander right there.
Take some time to take in the properties of that stuff, right? Get a feel for it. So you spend like half an hour, and sometimes it looks like a tree, right? Spiraling outward. And as you attune to it, you feel your powers kind of come together with it. And as you do so, you see some sparks jump from branches on top. You can drag and drop from the companion and roll 20 a staff of thunder and lightning to your inventory.
All right.
That's the moment where Zraythas opens a band called CTC.
Yeah. There.
You sing Thunderstruck in Dragonborn.
And just as you come to realize how great of a present that is. Feeling your powers burn inside you. We're gonna head into break and call it halftime.
Okay.
Great storytelling there, Jax, again. Great storytelling.
Yeah.
I don't know how you doing it, but I'm like all the time when we're playing on Tuesday. Besides, I'm like an addict for Tuesdays now. Like I'm like just watching
Tuesday,
the
best day.
calendar. Like what is Tuesday? How many days is Tuesday?
Yeah. Okay, so half an hour or something like that?
I'm probably gonna need
yeah.
40 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I need to warm up the oven for pizza and such.
Okay, so
Okay.
So
Just
40,
Okay,
40.
so
to round it up, or
yeah, so 20 to the hour.
Okay.
cool.
We'll be right.
All right, friends,
You soon, you
enjoy a 40 minutes break. We'll return with some more adventures, and we'll find out if maybe it was Professor Dumbledore who sent this to Harry. I mean Zraythas. After the break,
Maybe it was Gandalf. Who knows?
it could have been the Big G, the Gandalf. But yeah, we'll be back soon. Enjoy yourself some break, stretch, hydrate, get some food, and we'll see you then.
Later, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. That's right. Woohoo! Dungeons and Dragons time, baby. We've returned from our break, and our brave adventurers and dungeon masters.
Boys, he said, "See you later, boy."
You wasn't good enough for her. All right, okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Do it.
All right, don't you worry.
Brack over, battle staff in the ready.
So let's directly pick it up where we left it before the break. Hence, you guys just awaking. Blath and Zraythas a little bit earlier, close after dawn. You guys joined them around 7, 8-ish a.m. The next day will be a great day for you. For you will most likely gain the deed of a manor in the northwest, a new home base of operations.
Hells yeah.
Possibly a future tavern, depending on what you choose to do with it. But you've gotten to know the neighborhood already, and all of them seem to be fairly kind and welcoming to you, although you are a colorful bunch, to say the least.
Very.
I mean,
yeah.
when we worked in the district earlier, there were some guys up to no good trying to start trouble in our neighborhood. So
Yet you awaken, well rested, well fed, as you meet at the breakfast table. Would you like to do any conversation, or shall we just skip it?
I have to tell the gang. I might
So
not
yeah,
be
you
joining
see,
the party.
as most of you head down, you see Blath already taking in breakfast, annihilating plates of food, while drooling at the same time, which is very impressive. He speaks with his mouth full and greets you.
I'm already Blath. Well, what you doing down here? So you're like normally the last one who joins the group and sleeps the longest.
I had a chat with a very interesting woman this morning.
A woman? Oh,
My-
do you got lucky, or what are we talking about?
In future maybe, but for now I've got an appointment, let's say, for lunch, and you might have to go in the sewers or whatever alone to look for that hag. Well, she's not a hag. for sure.
Are you
That's
sure?
for sure.
Are you sure?
Well, she's actually from another faction, which we might discuss me joining another gauntlet faction.
Oh, Order of the Gauntlet.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Did you heard about them, Rune?
I can say as much, Blath. Good luck with any premarital sex.
Same to you.
Very casual thing to say.
It is, though, very true. If she's a Paladin cleric, good luck.
I don't think I said I want to marry her.
No, that's not what you said, but...
Oh, that's fair.
But you
She might have oaths that keep her.
You know
from
I like to
letting
take
anyone.
chances.
Yeah, I know. Good luck in the lottery there.
Thank you.
Well, are you supposed to go alone there, or are we invited? I heard about some breakfast, so I guess foods and at least a dozen of mugs of ale.
As I've understood, this is a conversation between me and her, and I don't know, maybe more of the faction, but
Well, did
Oh,
she tell you that you should come explicit alone, or are we like?
I'm actually not sure, Jax. Is that the vibe I got, or I feel like that's the vibe?
It up
but-
your interpretation.
What?
If you
It's up to
want,
you.
you can interpret it as you see fit, although I would allow you to make an insight check.
Okay, let's do that super quick.
Good
You
luck.
ruined my life, but okay.
Ooh, 7.
She wants me all alone. She wants me to come
Technically,
naked.
invited you. And I'm not sure if you can imagine the situation you invite a friend and he shows up with 6 more.
Yeah, I find that kind of weird.
Whether or not you would consider that impolite is up to Blath.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
he's a
think
very
so.
social person. Don't know.
I think maybe later. As well, I think we should make some progress with the sea hag in the meantime.
So,
Don't know
but
how
later,
we
do you
hope to
mean that we go there together, or not?
I don't know. I think after my meeting with her, I'll be able to find out more.
Okay, so you're going there alone. Okay, good.
I can take care of my own business, but thanks for the offer, Rurik.
Well, what do we do with the rest of the day then? As others? Could go out to
Well-
the harbor, but I don't think we will find out much. They like to keep it secretive.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with just spending a day off, enjoying yourselves.
Indeed.
Just consider the time arc we went through. You barely know each other for about a week now. It has been very action-packed, so to
Yeah.
say. So
Actually,
just,
definitely.
I feel your characters wouldn't mind taking a day off. Maybe just going back to being themselves for a day instead of being part of a group. Just consider this, although feel free to do whatever.
One thing we might want to do is look for some ingredients for the potions. If we have to fight her, there's probably no chance around going into the water. We have 5 people and we have 2 potions so far.
Agreed.
What do you need, and where can we get it?
Well, there was this greenhouse, right? Maybe she has
My
some
very
ingredients.
odd elf.
By the way, Tamron, if you're
You're
talking with
muted,
us,
Tom.
you're muted.
What did you say?
We can't hear you right now.
What?
What?
Rats.
Let me check.
Bright
You're
confusion.
not muted on
going over.
Discord. Is the microphone out?
Unplug and
did you
replug this focus right.
connect your guitar as your audio source or something?
Ah, weird.
Just go from here on like Charlie Chaplin, just mutes. And
Keep
So
it in
my-
black and white.
Yeah, so my suggestion as a DM would be that you might maybe just
Fix that?
friggin- Yeah,
Yeah,
it works.
we can hear you now.
Thank you.
I was saying, if we go back there, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my eyes. Well, look, we have to buy a lot of flowers if we go. Okay, I don't want her thinking bad of me. Us,
Okay.
me, us.
We might have to
Well,
check
we-
for another shop though then, because I don't want to waste money on flowers.
Well, we'll just go there and say we're not investing in flowers now since we're not rebuilt the manor yet. So we gotta just come here and show good faith by buying already some ingredients.
That would
If that's what you want to do, my friend, so be it. But I'll let you do the talking, because I think that woman has my heart and my soul.
You know that she referred to herself as they, so she's multiple. So
She's multiple.
Multiple
She's
ones?
not a group. It's
I
not
think she's
a.
available for more partners.
She's
She
not more
did
than
it.
one. What?
That's-
So yeah, that would be an undertaking for the morning, I suppose. You could also check out the other tavern that opened. Just as a
Yeah.
suggestion, also were the Tiger's Eye, another
Yeah,
shop
there's the
nearby.
Tiger's Eye. we
Only
haven't
opened
seen
in
yet.
the
Kind
evening,
of
right?
mysterious. And for lunch, you just split up.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Why
guys
not?
go into a nice restaurant or cafe overlooking the spot Volo walked you by, if you remember, down the cliff where you get that nice fucking view.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
sounds
Then
like a good plan.
later that evening, you can get your house, get your armor, and do whatever you please.
Awesome.
Alrighty, then let's set that as a goal for today's session. So you do some chatting and banter, plan your day during breakfast, and as you wrap things up and each go to your chambers to ready up. You're excited about today. Could be a cool day, especially you, Blath, meeting such a beautiful woman one-on-one. So you meet outside of the doors of the yawning portal. As you open it up, you see for the first time in a bit it actually being nice weather. You can see only a few clouds that are being pierced by the morning sun, some god rays shining over the skyline of Waterdeep as the blue sky greets you. Welcome. Where would you like to go? And how would you like to go there?
Since it's early in the morning,
Yes.
I think we should just walk.
Hmm.
And
Walk. Get a bit
Enjoy
more
the weather, the city.
Yeah.
nice weather. We can get a bit more of an impression of the city as well. We have spent a lot of time in coaches and saw little.
So, at the beginning of your little journey, your walk towards your soon-to-be mentioned, or rather manor, you walk down northward the Castlewood from the Yawning Portal Tavern, across the castle Waterdeep, which stands there like a bastion of fortitude and hope.
Do we have
Not
a
far away
reference for that?
Pretty much the town. Actually, yeah, it switched to the. Sorry. Similar to the castle you can see
Oh,
in the
beautiful.
background. It's not built as high, and you see more flags and a little bit less towers. But it's a nice castle. It's not a fortress, but a castle. Because but it is like a fortification still, because there's still the palace, right? Those are two separate things. But you walk down northward the Castlewood until you're on a level where you know, all right, it's time to go right aka making a turn to go to your manor. As you come across at one of the street's corners, what appears to be a salesman gathering a crowd of people, about a dozen, similar to the juggling halfling, but he is standing on a fruit box and is praising and apparently trying to sell something. As you get closer and are just at, I don't know, 60 feet away, you kind of hear the words, "Yes, yes, this liquid can indeed heal everything. It is magical indeed, and I shall sell it to you for only 20 gold pieces. It is pure extract of snake's oil."
I look at Rurik like there's this expression of mischievousness, and he's like, "Shall I ruin someone's day?"
We'll wait there for some fun.
Okay, so let's walk up there.
You walk up
After you, my
to-
friend.
You walk up to that guy who is doing some sales. "Thank you for your purchase. I hope to see you back." Is pocketing some coins, and there's kind of like a crowd and like a line, still like a half a dozen people. As he stepped down from that little fruit box, you see he has like a small stall where he sells and advertises his potions of vitality. Snake's oil extract.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would approach him. Okay.
Oh, gentlemen, greetings! Are you also interested in this?
I'm curious about your remedy. From one alchemist to another, how do you brew this?
This has been interesting.
Well, I do not produce it myself. So I've got people for that. It is procured from the south kingdom of Am. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. You seem like a well-traveled fella. Someone who would like such a potion to secure your own health if you travel in exotic territory. Might get ill, diseased even.
I kind of want to look at the bottles and kind of study them for a moment.
He kind of, you take a look, kind of asking for a bottle. He hesitantly hands you a flask. Please don't break it. It's very expensive. Make an investigation check, I suppose.
Okay.
I'm not. I suppose you're proficient with it, right?
I am proficient in alchemist supplies, herbalism kit.
Yeah.
forest
Otherwise,
supplies.
I'd say like alchemist supplies. So at your proficiency, if it isn't for investigation.
Investigation, you said? Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's either investigation or your alchemist supplies. I don't know.
Since I have expertise in
shouldn't-
investigation, it would be better for me.
Indeed, it would. So let's go with investigation then.
Natural 20, 27.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's
So
up there that he's a fraud.
you very, very closely investigate that vial he gave you, hold it against the sun, and inspect it, as you are familiar with a potion of vitality that does indeed exist. It does remind you of it. Significant, usually, and identifying that is that it has a reddish color, very similar to a potion of healing, but it has like a thrumping of a heartbeat somewhat. And although the liquid is not as red, which is usually a giveaway that it's fake or thinned down or anything or something, you do see that faint thumping, but way less strong than a usual potion of vitality would, or rather should have. So it does appear to be magical. You would have to do some further investigation, though. But you suspect either it being thinned down or distilled the wrong way. So you expect it like from the... I'm going to give you some numbers, actually. It has like 10% of the potency you expect. You
Okay.
guess. Is everything all right, gentlemen?
And I look at it. You said 20 gold, right?
Yes, very, very cheap, I can tell you.
Well, he hands it back carefully, not to break it. As an alchemist, I can tell you, either someone brewed it wrong or someone is diluting it.
The little crowd breaks into like whispering and some just like jaw drop. I just, I assure you, everything is fine with these potions, sir. You do not look like an alchemist yourself.
Oh, have
I
you ever
am not
heard-
sure of your opinion. This matter that much. I'm not familiar with.
You don't know who you're talking to, do you, my man?
Have you ever heard the
I
story of
do
the
not
Blood Wolf?
indeed. Sorry.
No.
All right.
Have
So
you
you
heard
want to
of
buy?
the Order of the Blood Hunters?
His eyes kind of dart around, and you feel like the commoners around you also take a step back as you say that. That does sound very profane. I would like you to leave.
I would suggest you look for another corner to sell your snake oil. Or I'll inform the god that you're selling something very wrong here.
I'm sorry. You must surely be bluffing. I have a permit to sell here. And also is this snake oil extract as described.
I turn to Rune. We are members of the Grey. What are we?
Grey
The
hands, yes.
I turn. We are members of the Grey Hand, and you're selling this rubbish on the corner.
Make an intimidation check. Rune as well. Both make one.
Okay. Intimidation.
Oh man, this is not gonna go well.
Oh god. Oh, 8.
So we say in our most non-play. We're members of the Grey Hand.
Leave now.
And never come back.
No, you do it straight, but you don't win the crowd by it. The little crowd around you breaks into chuckling, and you're like, "Yeah, right, these outsiders."
This is where I look down and go, Rurik, now's the time to get mad.
Gentlemen, I would like you to leave now, or I shall inform the city watch.
I look at Rurik, I look at Tamron and Zraythas, and I don't know if Blath has split off yet. Shall we risk it? I think we get away with less problems than this, gentleman. I think the Black Staff will be a bit disappointed that we got into trouble so early.
Keep in mind,
Trouble finds us, my friend. I think she knew that when she appointed us to this task.
keep
If
in
you
mind
want,
that
you can
brother
also
that
just try to win the
Volo
crowd,
is
great,
waiting
and tell
for
them
us.
that this is garbage, stuff like that. If you don't want to kill this fella.
Yeah, we don't want to kill him.
Or destroy his, I don't know.
We don't want to kill him, it's just more like... Shall we wait for the god? I'm curious what they're gonna say about this.
Rurik just leaning on his axe, looking up to him, knowing that Rune is a very, very good with alchemy, and mostly not talking rubbish when he's selling something, and just
All right.
some in and it makes call the guard.
So this little
can I-
argument got a little bit louder in times, right? So this little crowd has extended, and there are few more people gathering, watching expectantly. And he kind of holds eye contact for a second. He looks you straight in the eye, Rune, and waves you over, leans his head in to whisper. Thank you for the advertisement. How much money do you want to just leave?
I think I'm being... This fine gentleman, he speaks out loud, is trying to bribe me to leave because I'm getting uncomfortable for him. Does that sound like I'm talking shit still?
You're an asshole.
You
And
are
he leans
fraud.
back and he shakes his head, and people are start talking, and he just starts to pack up his bags and shit.
Can I just use prestidigitation to leave a sewage smell from whatever he packs and just have a trail follow him around?
What smell? You're belly soft,
Like,
sorry.
like a stench?
Can I use prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah,
yes.
that to create a sewery odor around him. Whatever he packs in, that follows him down the streets.
Definitely, that's what it's for. I mean, some people realize you're casting some kind of spell, but especially people in front are just like, "Ew, what is that?" Ah, and it just crowd splits up, slowly walks away. As you're, well, standing there with this sad gentleman, packing his stuff up in a small cart, Desi, thank you, walks away.
I just look after him and wave. Thank you for leaving this part of town.
Over his shoulder, you see a middle finger.
Well, I would say we have done some good work here and kept the people from getting ripped off.
Rurik just nods, shakes his head, and like, brother, you should have grabbed some money off that man. I just walked it off. He will just go to some other dumb corner of this huge city and sell this shit that way.
Maybe, but if he goes to the wrong corner, the god will question him. I'm pretty sure if he goes to the noble quarter, he's not gonna get there without problems.
Nonetheless, well done. Well done. Shall we go on?
Yeah, sorry. So, this distraction, I just felt like we couldn't let that just happen in front of our eyes.
Alrighty then. So, after this little encounter in the streets of the castle board of Waterdeep, you continue your way east into the northward, and until you reach Trollskull Alley and stand in front of your soon-to-be manor. On the way there, you pass that, as it is to your left, the just now soon-to-be tavern, it seems, your counterpart. It is, let me double check real quick, because I'm not sure what the name was. Don't want to tell you anything wrong. Please give me a minute.
Sure.
Not sure you shared the name. I think you just said that there's some building that.
Yes,
looks
that's
like
what I'm saying. But now there is, although it is closed and there are no people in front of it, everything's still barred up. But there is a shield on top of the pub's door. It is called Rune's Brews. Gonna hit that in the chat.
Rune's Brews.
That almost
Rune's
rhymes.
Almost a rapper.
You just pass by, inspect it, somewhat drive by, and then continue onward to your mansion, like bending to the right, turning right, and entering the Trollskull Alley, the inner part, the courtyard, pretty much. Where would you like to go?
Let's... Shall we go shopping first, or shall we go take a look at that one place we haven't visited yet first?
The tavern, you mean?
No. Cat's eyes. And he points at, like, the shield with the cat's eyes.
So yeah, directly in front of you as you enter this right alleyway, directly in front of you is Corral's Crown, that 3-story building with the 3rd story being a greenhouse that expands outward, similar to a green crown, pretty much. And as you walk in, like to the right, turn right on the right side as well, just directly around the corner, there's this big building with 2 yellow cat's eyes. A sign over the door.
All right. Yeah, let's go to that store first, and
If it's a store,
Because-
I don't know what it is.
we'll find out quickly enough.
Well, send my friend now, then let's go. And he's like,
Let's go.
little as he is, just like stand pushing Zraythas forward.
So, Tiger's Eye it is.
Yeah, take us like.
Tiger's Eye it is.
Gotcha. Right. So it's this business is very unremarkable from the outside. You only have these like orange and black sign featuring cat's eyes. The windows are all barred. You cannot look inside. So you stand there and and somewhere Eye of the Tiger starts playing. No. You approach the door and try to open it. It is locked. You press down the
Oh, no
door
shop.
handle. So you knock, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yo.
A few seconds go by. A minute as you stand out and about in the still morning sun.
It's
Just
not
waiting
open
for a
for
second
business.
until you hear footsteps behind the door. Further, a key turning in its lock. And finally, the door opening up, revealing a human individual dressed in all black. You will see it in your journal now.
Okay.
Under Vincent
saw it.
Trench.
He looks
Um,
like a dark fella.
Grim-looking individual.
Vincent
Very clean face, no scar, nothing, no single imperfection. He looks like an immaculate with raven black hair, in a dark trench coat with long leathery gloves above it and a gambazon,
No.
a cloth leather armor. A very noble fella, and also all black sarong. As he greets you, hello there. What can I do?
Hello.
Thanks. Sorry for disturbing.
As he looks each and every one of you straight in the eye, mustering you up and down. Why are you all not in video anymore on Skype?
Oh,
Can't see you.
Probably your Skype.
Yeah, I can see everyone.
Seems okay on mine.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
oh, he's
okay, on
gone.
mine.
I think you might be restarting him.
Now, what?
There's a
That
Vincent
doesn't
Trench called Trench because he's wearing a trench coat.
potentially.
No, he's wearing a trench coat because he's named Trench. Or maybe the trench coat's named after him.
I was
Huh?
just about to say, maybe he invented it.
Good.
That's a nice coat.
This is very odd. Sorry, guys. Technical issues. I can't see anyone. Apparently, now I'm the only one in the call, according to Skype.
Oh, what the hell?
Just restart Skype.
Turn it off and on again.
Usually
Oh.
works.
I think I was just
Whoa.
kicked from the call.
Yeah, right. Can we
Yeah,
just
what
restart?
the...
I made a call. I'm not gonna ring the group, so just join.
Yeah.
Guys,
I forget
Thank you.
Discord is
Sky.
Mute
Discord.
But I see everyone
There we
again.
go.
Yeah,
Yep.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So you're greeted by this grim, dark fella, very mysterious looking, with a yellow greenish iris eye color as well. Looking you straight in the eye, mustering you. What can I do for you?
Sorry for disturbing.
No
Go.
offense taken. It's not just running business. I am private detective myself.
Anyone else want to say something else? I'll take the lead here.
Vincent Trench.
Take the lead.
As he kind of reaches into his side pocket
I'm only thinking of
unveiling
insults.
about this long pipe and kind of putting tobacco into it.
Are about to move into the Trollskull Manor this evening. And we were just going around trying to get to know the neighbors. So, hello.
I suppose I am one of them.
So,
Yes. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, fellow neighbors.
I don't want to sound nosy, but what is your business? This sign makes me very curious.
I am like a tiger watching its prey. And I can, although not kill it, unveil every secret it has.
An investigator.
About every and anyone. A private detective.
Oh, must be such an interesting job. I think this city tells a lot of stories.
Well, certainly. Unless you're bad at it. But that, I can assure you I'm not. So, is there anything I can do for you?
No, we were curious, I think, unless any of you guys have an idea.
I'm just wondering, where did you get that magnificent trench coat?
That would be among the secrets that you can learn if you pay me.
Oh, no, I'm okay, thank you. All right, gentlemen, let's carry on.
The secret of the trench coat. The mighty trench coat. Plus 20 AC.
Is everyone like turning away from him, or?
Yeah. Sorry
yeah,
for
very much.
disturbing. Have a good day. To good
Pleasure still to make your acquaintance. Good day to you too.
As the group turns around, I make a step forwards to him and reaching out my hand and like, Rurik. Apparently my deadly friends forgot to introduce themselves. Besides telling you that we're your neighbors,
He rests his pipe in his mouth, pulls off the right hand glove, and extends his hand to you. His whole flesh tone is rather pale. Vincent Trench, pleasure to meet you.
Vampire.
and my
For sure.
Rurik's grip as a smith and dwarf is kind of very firm and strong. Grabs him, shakes him.
I realize that Rurik is doing this, and Tamron go, "Oh, sorry, where are my manners, my good man? Tamron Ruzel, at your service."
Give me a second.
No, all the arms
Oh,
come in.
God. Obviously,
Just
are we
have to
going
double check something real quick.
we
Don't you
get
worry.
He's a fucking vampire.
an opposed handshaking test?
Yep. He's gonna break it.
You
Rurik's
have
gonna
to
break
mute
his hand.
yourself on Skype, please. I know.
I've done it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Thanks.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Thank
It
you.
was just like, whoa, what's that sound effect?
So, as you grip this one's hand, right, as he shakes it, although his palely flesh tone suggesting it, his flesh is not cold whatsoever. Just a normal, and he has a very strong handshake.
Okay.
He can up to par with yours easily.
Very good, very good. And well, I'll
If
let
the
them
same
down.
issue once again. Oh,
Say again?
Skype doing weird things. I lost your video there again for a second, but now it's back. So, yeah, he does do a really strong handshake as he shakes yours as well, Tamron. Pleasure. You look like a fellow who might stalk somebody. Just tell me if you need any secrets. I can provide. them.
Talking of secrets, I've got
I'll keep that in mind.
a little problem of mine. Going way back, like hundreds of years, back in my youth days, I used to work for my family smith, but some other family brought in some feuds. I might be interested if you could find out names.
About your
to,
family members.
my grudges against that smith caste that pushed my family away.
Apologies, but I currently only take missions within the walls of Waterdeep. But if you're willing to spend enough money, I can look into it, certainly.
Good. Pleasure to have met you, Vincent Trench. We might see you again. I will not take off your time anymore. And Rurik's like just seeing that he doesn't have the
You
means.
soon as kind of waves. His natural body language is very dexterous, very elegant and odd at times.
I stop on the,
Almost
on the
as
spot.
not being necessarily used to the form of a human.
I stop on the spot as something hits my mind and turn back. Actually, Mr. Trench.
As he was just turning away. Yes. Tamron?
I've got some gold here for some information if you do have it.
Well, if not, I can get it for you. So, what do you want to know?
Sorry, the guys are saying something really funny in the Roll20 chat. I'm not going to ask him what the secret to women is, okay? Or wingman. Back in
What's
character.
the answer to everything in the universe?
Yeah.
42.
Mr. Trench,
Yes.
as we're about to become the owners of this manor, what can you tell us of the previous owners? We can't find any information that's really worth anything. But if you have some, it'll be worth gold to us.
Is it though? All right.
Apparently it's haunted.
Might just be. For a meager 5 gold pieces, I shall share my insights with you, Tamron.
Done. I shake his hand, and the money's already in my hand because swashbuckler.
The clinging noise of coins in his hands, you almost see his eyes flicker with a joy that you know just so well. Alrighty. It has been occupied and used as a tavern until about second.
Well played,
Clever
Rizzy.
Tamron, clever
Good job.
Tamron.
Yeah.
I'm out
So
here,
far.
boys.
So far, the information is only stuff we already know.
Until about
It's a house.
It's a place called Grey Skull, Troll Skull Manor. 5 gold later. No!
it was commonly used as a pub and tavern, as well as an inn, until about 40 years ago. But then it changed hands. There were several owners. I don't remember all of them, but there definitely was one that I remember. It was sold to an old lady who used it as an orphanage for a time. Old lady turned out to be a night hag eating children in that house.
What?
Well, it got eradicated, and then I think another half-elf took it. He didn't have any luck. Apparently even died in an accident in the house. I
Okay.
hope that there's a help. Otherwise, I shall look into it and procure more information if you wish so. What do you say? You seem stumped.
How recently did this elf die?
It was a half-elf. About a dozen years ago, maybe. Yes, should be it. Let's say a dozen. As mentioned, through an accident. He did not commit suicide or anything. Just bad luck, it seems.
Bad luck, eh? Where can we find you if we need your assistance again?
Always here, unless I'm not.
I kind of just look at him like, holy shit. Like, till next time then, and shake his hand once more.
Till next time. Gives you that firm handshake once more. Be careful on your journeys, will you?
And you.
Oh, I will. Kind of.
I immediately
creepy
turn to my
smile.
companion with a face of utter terror, like,
Disappears
Let's
into
go.
the dark of this house once again, as you hear the door close and the lock snapping back.
as soon as I'm in earshot of the rest of my companions, I'd like to leave now, please.
What happened?
Let's go shopping.
Shopping? Oh, you mean like get our stuff from the smithy?
No. I mean, supplies to make potions.
Oh, to the Tamron. You know where we're going.
No. I'm not saying a word. You do the talking. On our way, I reveal all the information that we all just heard in that dialogue, so now it's not a secret. Everyone should know the history of what that 5 gold just told me.
Just relate it real quick. So, you go back to the building just across the entrance to that very alleyway. The 3-story building with the greenhouse on top. The residence and shop of that ever so beautiful half elf. Sorry, no, wood elf. Pardon me. Wood elf. That you know as Fala. So you stand in front of the shop with the sign above its door, Corellan's Crown, and enter once again, being greeted by the faint smell of beautiful flowers and different spices all around. It smells like a great chai tea in here, right? It's almost astonishing how many smells mix and match and are composed with different notes of being sweet and sour, strong and soft. As behind the counter in the back of the room, as you make your way through the different, I once again lose all on Skype. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh no.
Rejoining real quick. Now it works.
No worries,
Skype
man.
doing outfits.
Okay.
So as you
Yeah, Skype doing Skype things.
as you walk through the different counters and alleys inside that store, all of them being filled with different plants and herbs of all kinds and shapes and forms. At the end of the shop, you see that red-haired elf who is just composing a bouquet of flowers, slowly and surely, very gently cutting off the edges of those said flowers. And as she realizes you are there, she looks at you, faintly smiling with that wooden crown with flowers in her hair. Her female physique just barely covered the most important parts covered. The rest faintly with faintly and very thin translucent clothing, a corset it seems, and a skirt flowing down. Oh, I did not realize I had company. Welcome, friends.
I kind of nudge Rurik forward and have quite a shy demeanor about me, like I'm not meeting her eyes, or I'm just trying to keep my mind off her wonderful form.
As I'm pushing forward, like making 2 steps and watching back to him after getting that push, I'm giving her a nod and a greeting in Elvish.
Yeah, he addresses you in Elvish. Salom Sula. Welcome, dwarf friend.
Salam Sula, thank you for having us.
Do you
As
mean?
you remember, my dear friend made the promise to, well, buy flowers and whatnot. It will take a little bit of time until the manor is in shape to do so, but as a sign of good faith, my brother-in-arms here, Rune, this smirky, grinning man behind me, I can feel his smirk right behind me, even though I can't see him. We will need some ingredients, but and I make a step aside. He will probably be able to tell you more in
And I see
detailed
you have
what he is
already
needed.
4 companions of yours.
I showing you all my friends.
Pleasure to meet you all and welcome in Corellan's crown.
Thank you
My
very
name
much.
is Fala Lefalir, and I am but a prophet and worshipper of the twin god Corellan and his everlasting beauty, the Elf Father himself. Same as he, although you can address him as he. Prefer to not stick to a single gender, so address me as they, theirs. Those are my pronouns, although Fala is fine as well. What can I do for you, Rune the Red Eye?
Interesting name. Thank you for that, fella. I am looking for ingredients to brew 3 potions of water breathing.
Just the ingredients. I can prove.
Well, my friend Rurik and I, we are proficient alchemists, so we can just do with the ingredients.
Well, they are fairly tough to come by, but I have at least 2 of them in stock. Ingredients still. I have 3 more potions of water breathing. If you wish to purchase them, finished.
While it is a generous offer, our funds are kind of tight, so brewing them ourselves is usually cheaper.
What the hell they cost?
Well, I can certainly at least give you these 2 pairs of ingredients so you can brew them yourself if you do not trust in my skills.
It's
I
not
can
that I
understand.
don't trust your skills, it's just a matter of money.
She gives you a faint smile. Yet you said you need 3 and only 2 ingredients I can provide. Shall I order more?
What would 1 potion cost?
1 potion, 250 dragons.
Stick with the ingredients and see how we can get that last one, or one of us has to stay on a boat.
I have contacts and can purchase the ingredients fairly cheap. Therefore, they only cost me about 100 gold pieces, for which I can sell you.
I'm kind of shuffling around uneasily at the back, staring at my my shoes.
Oh, you allow us, we'll have to quick talk in the group if we even can afford the 200 for the ingredients, 300 ingredients. And I look at the others and like usher them into a corner far away from her. So, you heard it.
What's happening? I've had to sing in my head so that I didn't look up.
Since I literally just checked the Road20 chat, wants to clarify. This is definitely an elf-born female that still does want to refer to who as they, theirs. So whenever I refer to her in third person out of character, I will still say she, because she is a she, biologically speaking.
Yeah, but if
So
you
still-
in
exactly.
dialogue to her say she, trust me, she didn't like that when I did that.
That's
so I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying.
oh
You have to-
fuck.
You have to focus on
Then
it.
you got
If
Blath doing Blath
if
things in
if
chat,
you are-
drooling everywhere, like,
if
oh,
you're-
she's a doll.
if you're in character, you need to watch your words. Otherwise, feel free to call her whatever you like. Although Fala is usually the easier way to go.
Listen, that's why I just don't want to speak in this encounter because I'm going to get something wrong.
So,
Like,
Rune pulls
there.
back and wants to stick hats together with you guys, while Tamron is kind of shy.
Immobilized by the beauty.
And he probably doesn't
She-
even listen to her.
I haven't been able to listen this entire time, so I'm just kind of like, Rune, I will give you all of my money to buy these supplies so we can just get out of here before I do something stupid.
Still,
Talking
she
of money,
knows.
I've got 33 gold pieces.
She does notice you being a little bit, well, out of the usual. And while she went back to composing that bouquet of flowers, she kind of looks up and locks eye with you. You kind of shy, breaking eye contact. She addresses you in Elvish, extends her hand. Come.
Oh, God.
Do your prone.
That's Tamron move?
I kind of just stand sort of still, but kind of begin to move.
I will just take my hands, push you. I push you into her direction.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm not. Okay.
You kind of stumbled forward as she, with her ever so soft skin touch of her hand, grabs your hand and pulls you a little bit closer to the counter. And she holds up a flower. Do you like this one? It is a rosy lily.
It's beautiful, Fala. And I'm still kind of just like, not really looking.
And this conversation is taking place in Elvish, right?
Uh-huh.
Say, why are you shy? You look uneasy. Do I make you uncomfortable?
I look up at me and gaze. No. Through my life, I've not seen any kind of beauty such as this. And then I just look back down at the floor like, fuck.
She kind of smirks and ever so faintly blushes. She looks down. Thank you. I
It's fucking working, boys.
did not expect such warmth and compliments from a human. It is nice to see someone who can appreciate beauty and art as well. Say, are you a man of God, Tamron?
I honestly don't know. I've never thought much about it. Just lived from one day to the other.
What is there to think about? Have gods
Why-
never
why would-
find you?
Why would God forsake my family and leave me alone in this world?
That I cannot answer. Still, gods are kind. So you never came to enjoy the warmth of god or goddess?
If I have, I've never felt it.
Maybe I can sometime help you with that. As I worship all the elven gods, and they are the very kind, even to foreigners, if they are decent, full of honor and appreciation of beauty. I know
if
certain rites of fertility that I would like to show you. So you get to appreciate the warmth and love of the gods.
If you think that would ease the pain in my heart, I would
Just
try.
might. Cannot promise, but there's always a chance. Still.
I'm obviously not doing that dance in game. You should be like,
Oh, come on. Well, then she reacts completely differently.
yes.
Still, do not want to wish to waste your time. How have your fellow companions decided?
Well,
You're
we
kind
haven't
of
had a
like-
chance to talk about it yet.
Oh, no, sorry. Totally forgot about that. Shoot. You guys.
Yeah, so it's a question of money. How much money do we have in the group?
Yeah,
The question is not how much money do we have. How much money do you need?
Well, she said she gets the ingredients for 1 potion for 100 gold.
Yeah.
So that's
we need
300 gold.
300 gold pieces. I have, personally, I could be 164. I have 164 gold right now.
I
Can
have
add 33 to that?
170.
I have 17 platinum.
You have 17 in platinum.
So if Yumi and Red Sea put in 10, we can buy it.
And
She doesn't know that, so I'm going to say that our problem is money.
It's all right. So every one of you Fury buys 1 ingredient, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So she preps up a package with 2 of the ingredients and also puts a potion of water breathing on the counter as a
Fair enough.
gift or a future friendship.
Thank you. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Know
The
that we will
pleasure.
put it to good use to eradicate evil.
Alrighty. That concludes that transaction, I presume. She packs up the things and hands it to you, wrapped up very nicely. Please, come back whenever you need something,
Definitely.
as well as with your plans for the mansion.
Definitely. We need some beautiful decorations. I think you will be most helpful in that regard.
I certainly hope so. I wish you well.
What are the plans?
Yes.
Are they just being delivered for free? Because I didn't hear my friends talk about a price.
I'm
And
sorry, Sir Dragon. I do not work for free.
Well,
But I
is
will
the
make-
delivery across the street at least for free?
Don't be so rude. We can come and collect them,
Humans
can't
and
we?
Dragons think of so many complicated things. Why not just enjoy beauty and see to problems when they come up?
True enough.
Now you talk like a proper dwarf.
beauty must have a price.
Let's go before we insult her. Sorry.
It has, but you have not decided on which flowers you would like. Therefore, I cannot calculate the price, Sir Dragon.
I will
Fair
come
enough.
back and pick the flowers. Thank you, fella, for your help today.
You are very welcome. See you soon.
And then I turn and give Zraythas a really sharp look like,
Let's leave. Have a beautiful day.
Alrighty, she waves you goodbye and goes back to flowers, as always. As you exit, once again standing in the now almost midday sun, should be around lunchtime now.
So, Blath, you're gonna leave us and go have a talk with the lady.
Blath has been at the
Oh.
unit portal this time, just kind of contemplating and preparing for this meeting.
Oh god, he's very excited if he's staying like for hours in the Yorick portal just preparing. Oh no.
Wait,
oh,
you didn't even go shopping.
Like asking, how did I forget his fucking name? The tavern guy about like how
Vernon.
what he knows about Savras and everything, and
You're
the
talking
organization.
nonsense now. What? Whom are you talking to and what do you want?
I think he
I
wants
didn't
to
get
talk to Vernon.
Yeah, Dernan.
Gotcha.
I want to learn more about the gauntlets.
Gotcha.
Faction. Order of the Gauntlet. Sorry, my brain is fucking dying.
There we go. So, just behind the counter of the yawning portal, you are greeted by Durnan as you approach him with his mud chops and mustache just filling up one mug of ale after another. Blath, that you? What can I do for you?
I would like to ask you about this Savras from this morning. Do you know her?
Pretty one, of course. Who doesn't? Trains griffins, cavalry.
Right. So she was talking about the Order of the Gauntlets.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. What? Order of the Gauntlet? Yeah. You don't know them?
Well, no.
Pretty old club. And if you're religious, you're right there, but don't expect any premarital sex.
I heard that before, actually.
The group over here is just an entirely laugh at him.
So, what do you want to know?
My priority here. Well, what exactly are they about? I'm sure she's going to present with some information, but maybe.
You want to be prepared, blah, 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 impress the ladies, gotcha. So, Order of the Gauntlet is mostly composed of faithful and vigilant seekers of justice who protect others from the evildoers, right? They are honorable, vigilant, but also zealous. Very zealous. They always want to be armed against evil, are always on the lookout. Ever watching, identifying evil, even if there is none to be had. They enforce justice from their own points of views, obviously. They may vary, and they do not like to act proactively. They enact only retribution.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm good. Just years, not the youngest anymore. They want to enact retribution to all evildoers, spears and Baldur's Gate and the Godball of murder who came back, or some devil worshippers. Who knows? Maybe even some guilds, but they protect the planes of existence against extraterrestrial invasions and such. Although they think faith is their strongest weapon, not necessarily pick up arms, can be very diplomatic as well, still zealous. They will protect the weak and poor, even over the cost of their lives. To be honest, they can be fucking disturbing bunch of people if you want to rip some people off.
In what way? These sound like good people.
Well, I had an argument once where they told me it would be immoral to send down adventurers to Under Mountain because they might die, and betting on it is immoral as well. Different points of views.
Oh, this
Long
is gonna.
story short, we got into a brawl, punched and knocked that guy out, then we were fine. Haven't been bothered since. Still, they don't like to talk to me very much.
I see. Thanks for your honest opinion.
You're very welcome. I hate those fuckers. No pressure, though. I mean, you could be a nice contact I'm familiar with, and you're kind of likable, so just don't let them corrupt you with that, oh, I'm an all-do-gooder, right? It's just not. It doesn't work, right? I mean, faith is good and shit, but don't overdo it, that's what I'm saying.
Well, so far I think fighting evil is more important than being good.
Yeah. They might have a different stand on that, but you do you, me do me. You know how it is. You want a mug of ale?
Yeah, why not?
I was about to
As
say,
you-
me and Rurik are like, ale?
As he shoves over a mug to you.
Well, we're not there, so no drinks for us.
As you empty, and it's about lunchtime now. As you just wrap things up. Why don't you just for fun make a Constitution saving throw for me? DC isn't high.
Fucking that one comes down.
Here we go. He's going to get
why
wasted,
we-
boys.
That's why we roll for it, right?
It would be so funny though. Oh no,
Oh.
that 21.
Oh.
Whatever.
No, you're having a beer, an ale, and you feel fine, even more pumped. You were somewhat unsure, shy about it. Now you're excited to getting to know this new faction and this very beautiful yet innocent lady. So you make your way, I expect, over the mug of ale. You ask for directions to the halls of justice that you were invited to, because nothing else makes sense unless you want to stumble down.
Oh yeah, I assumed I would be able to find my way.
Right.
The guards probably help me out.
Yeah, you can ask them for directions as well. So it's in the castle ward as well, you are told. And it is a building that is crowned. Well, it is pretty much like a Greek acropolis with pillars in front, right? All across the front. And on top of these pillars, just below the roof, you see a giant dragon statue, like a gargoyle, expand with its wings outward to the front of that building and kind of provides cover as you approach the massive wooden doors. But they stand open, and your field of view extends into the interior. As it is fairly dark and only dim lit, your eyes have to adjust a little. But in the middle of that very room, you see it is a temple, first and foremost. You see many candles being lit. You almost have like a little brazier in the middle of the room with a blue flame burning inside. Still, all the candles around, many pillars and statuettes that depict dragons or heroes of the past, paladins, legendary clerics, saints, pretty much. You see a bunch of them, about a dozen. There's the entryway of that hall. It then extends into pretty much Catholic church, you can imagine, with like rows of benches and an altar in the end of the room, where you can see, although the benches are like, you have a bunch of people in here, maybe half a dozen on this big fucking hall, so it's nothing, it's almost empty, but it's silent in here as well, fairly silent. Just in front of the altar, you can see the silhouette of Safla kneeling down and praying.
All right. So, is there anything like that gives me weird vibes from this place? Like, kind of.
Make a religion check.
Starts with R. I can do this. There we go.
Hey. I mean, you've heard about the worship of the Platinum Dragon, the Dragon Father, Bahamut. So far, you've seen nothing out of the ordinary. It is perhaps odd for Blath you to decide on that, because it's still a different culture, very strict. All the people, especially the women you see in here, are almost all covered up, like having big hoods and showing almost no skin, so to say, apart from the face. Sometimes even that is hidden in the hood of that ever so long cloak. What would you like to do?
So you said Savra is
Appears to be praying in the other end of the hall, yes.
I'm gonna walk like towards her. I don't want to bother her, like if she's in the middle of a.
From your religion check as well, you kind of know that you get the idea that you should not raise your voice because that's impolite, and you shall be remain silent. And you kind of approach. You do not get that many views. You're not interrupting anyone, and are waiting for Savra to wrap up her prayer because she seems to almost whisper, if not mumble. As she kneels down, then all of a sudden kind of raises her head, looks up, and gets up, and with a wide smile on her face, before she saw you, right? She kind of takes in the environment and sees you. Oh, it's nice to see you. I'm glad you came.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Please, follow me. And she leads you in around the altar into one of the back doors of the big hall. It leads you into a back room, opening the door for you as you pass her, that ever so faint odor of lavender entering your nostrils. She closes the door behind you. You are in what appears to be not a half kitchen, half eating chamber. There's a big wooden oak table in the middle of it. It's used for about a dozen people usually, it seems. So there are like 12 spots. At the other end of the table, you can see a few Brothers of Faith acolytes sitting there having their lunch break, eating some kind of soup from wooden bowls with spoons, and sharing a mug of ale, having just like very silent chatter, just looking up quickly, giving Savra a nod as she leads you to the other end of the table. Please sit. You are welcome.
I sit down.
Can I offer you something to drink?
What do you have to offer?
Whatever you want.
That's very, very open. Perhaps some tea. I feel like that seems appropriate for the setting.
I'm a tea person myself. Please. And she kind of takes out some food. She's still wearing her shining silvery plate armor, right? It's covered up until the neck with a sarong hanging way down. She kind of gets rid of her sheath with a very ornate sword in it, depicting like an angel at the grip, and lays that next to the table, and then puts out food into 2 wooden bowls and is serving you. Please, eat. It's some stew the brothers have cooked from the vegetables and some meat they got on the market.
Towards the brothers sitting there as well.
They give you a silent nod. There is a minute, 2 of silence as you kind of take in and start eating until she arrives back with a cup of tea for both of you. As she starts eating as well, she's very fast at it. It almost breaks the immersion as you're this very, very soft silhouette of a woman, and then she's just eating fairly fast. Not unladylike. It's just taking. She's used to being stressed, it seems.
Like efficient.
Right? So although you started, efficient. That's the word. So although you started earlier, you finish up all around the same time, right? She takes the wooden bowl. I hope you liked it.
Did I?
It was nothing special. On par with probably Yawning Portal standards. It's it's not bad, but it's nothing fancy, right? Alrighty, she takes away the bowls. So, thank you for joining. We are supposed to talk a few things through. From you coming here, I presume you have interest in
I do.
joining the order, perhaps?
I would like to listen to what you have to say.
Well, you must answer me a question first, Blath. Are you a man of God? Are you faithful? Honorable?
I am a man of honor, yes. Not particularly religious.
Why?
So far, God hasn't been a big part of my life. I come from very humble means. From a group just focused on work, not much else.
So I was told. There were seers of ours who actually spoke about you, spoke your name and your heritage. Told them, but they could not unveil everything, since the gods do not let them. Only thing is sure that you belong to us. That is what I know. What we do offer is support, backup. We seek like-minded, faithful, honorable, and vigilant seekers of justice who want to serve it against the evil that always again arises somewhere in these parts of the world. Our whole history is composed almost only these many, many crises that some good fellow has stopped. We were told, the seers told us as well, that you are do-gooder, who's good killing undead, who is specialized in killing undead. Why we could not tell, but we do not care. We look for your toolset. We
Well,
wish to amplify these skills, train you, take you into service, provide you with missions and rewards, and support where you need it.
what do you ask in return?
Servitude. Servitude and faith. You would start as an apprentice, so don't you worry. I still want you to swear an oath to us. An oath to Bahamut, the Dragonfather, god of justice, dawn, nobility, and honor. I can give you time to think. It is alright. You can seek out the halls. There are many temples, and ask acolytes about the gods and about Bahamut or others.
Yes, I'm a man of honor, and also honesty.
Then he sure will like you. Especially since you're traveling with one of his children, I was told.
That my picture? I did not know.
The ways of the gods are mysterious. Sometimes it is just good to accept one's fate. And your fate is with us. See it as your first trial, faith and trust. to the good of this world.
So, like, is she asking me to not gamble and not have premarital sex?
Yes.
No, that's not what she's saying. There's no contract presented. It's more spiritual thing,
Yeah.
unspoken. And some may just be prejudices. You don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Wanna ask?
I would like to phrase it a little bit.
Then go ahead.
I have heard some people speak about you before. Some say your faith comes with limited freedom.
How come?
What do you mean? How come?
How come? Why? What do you mean? What limited freedom? Am I not a free person? What are you referring to?
Oh.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to think. It's like 40 degrees in here. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's alright.
No. You need to answer it now.
5,
Googling.
4,
Three,
3.
2. Well, oh, yeah, that's it. Death saving throw. You failed. Roll a new character.
It is much. I shall start by telling you a story about me and what I have lived through. I wasn't ever this loyal servant of the Platinum Dragon. I started out very different, although being raised very religiously. My youth, my early adulthood, I was tainted by whispering tongues, evil words that led me on a very different path. I was part of a cult that seeked to destroy everything that is. An elemental cult of air. And I was raising, well, not griffins, but giant birds to fly upon. They used them as flying infantry that cost many lives. But only through that, being spared by valiant heroes who saw that it wasn't my mistake, that I was corrupted, that I did everything good. I was back to the right path. I found my way back to the gods, and I'm now ever loyal, and know more than everyone else what harm can befall the earth if you do not dare to step it. I'm not sure if that answers a question of yours, but steps beside the trek are often part of the journey. Are trials presented to us by gods, and it is only human that we sometimes fail the trials. Yet it is about trying and fighting, becoming the best version of yourself that you can be, until you are almost immaculate, for immaculate are only the gods.
What you say sounds very righteous and good.
That is who we are. Those are our values, and this is what we stand for.
What I was really wondering about is, I come from as you probably already have foreseen or understood, my life was a life among mercenaries, which brings with it pleasures of life. It's the life I've lived, and it's the life I enjoy. I don't know if I will be willing to give up everything that brings with it.
You will see in time. Don't you worry. It is your turn to do a little step of trust, jump of faith into our arms. What say you?
I'll be willing to give this a chance and see if this
Very glad
is
to hear that.
the right path for me.
As you see a wide smile, a warm smile extend across her face, she kind of gets up and gets rid of the hairs in her face. Then it is decided. I welcome you among our ranks. Please accompany me. As she turns and leaves into another door, like she leads you through a few rooms, down into a cellar, it seems. So you enter a completely dark chamber that just as the door closes behind you and everything is dark, you see into the in the four corners, four braziers start to light up in blue flames. In the middle of that 30 by 30 room, you see the statue of a dragon made of platinum, it seems. It's about 1 meter tall. As she from it appears to be words, but she presents you with a big silvery plate gauntlet. Right. Please put that on as you swear your oath.
I kind of hesitantly do it, but I do it.
Don't you worry. You will not have to wear it all the time. She smiles at you. As you take it on, put it on, she walks in front of you. So there's the statue, then she in front of you. And you stand her with wondering what to do, kind of looking at her confused, as she, as almost with lightning speed, unsheaths her blade. It says, "Now you can kneel."
I was already kneeling. I stand up and I kneel again.
She puts down the sword in front of her, putting the pointy edge into the stony floor. You speak after me, all right? Trust me, Blath.
I nod.
Hereby I shall swear
Hereby I shall swear
to forever be armed and vigilant against evil.
to forever be armed and vigilant against evil.
Identify it and kill it, enforce justice.
Identify it and kill it. Enforce justice.
Faith is the greatest of weapons against evil.
Faith is the greatest weapon against evil.
Faith in one's gods, one's friends, and oneself.
Faith in one's gods, one's friends, and oneself.
There you go. You are now a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. As she pulls out the blade and kind of gives you that, touches both your shoulders with it, and also your head. You may call yourself Cheval Blath, for that is your title.
Sweet. Cheval. Okay, yeah. I know how to spell it.
Good. Come on, rise. She sheaths her sword and helps you up, kind of taking away the plate gauntlet and lay it somewhere. You should be happy. This is a great day. She grabs you by both your shoulders and is smiling you. You see all the joy and glee in her face. Beautiful times are coming. I'm happy you are with us. Now let's head to the training stand and teach you some skills, shall we? As you head out, you will be able to gain your hunter training as the first level teacher. As she teaches you in the courtyard a few techniques and thingies.
And thingies.
So, which do you go for? The Horde Slayer it was, right?
Yes.
Killing zombies. Nice, sir.
Heartbreaker, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Alrighty, you guys.
The spell Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
Is that something I learned as well? I picked
not
that
sure.
spell on level up.
Oh, if you picked it, then you've got it already. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Was fighting like the archetype features. That's what I'm saying. They
Alright.
were locked. The other third level features were unlocked already.
Okay. I kind of misunderstood. All right,
Don't
cool.
Alrighty, you guys.
Nothing
That's
about
it
not.
for today's session. We did not get through everything, but where's the harm in that? We have something to look forward to. You still don't have your estate, I'm sorry, but all the RP seemed kind of relevant, so I didn't want to take that from you.
Don't worry, that is also part of the whole thing to get
absolutely.
to all the factions, the DLCs, the NPCs.
Yes, but you got to know
Yes,
before
all the
NPCs,
DLC.
Unlock now all this
All
DLC.
the DLC.
The page.
Just donate $10 to our DM so we can unlock the DLCs and get finally onward.
XP boost and such. No, hope you had some fun.
It was definitely.
We haven't done that much today,
That's great.
so it's only gonna be 75 experience points for you guys, as you dealt with a somewhat shady merchant.
Yay!
The rest was somewhat roleplay relevant, blood hooks, faction thingies, but not really quest progress. Don't you worry. Story will pick up pace and you will gain levels, but you must prove yourself first. Right. Apart from that, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's always.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to next Tuesday. I suppose. Is there anything else to mention? I don't think so, unless you guys want to do.
I only want to mention that you're a freaking genius. Even though, like, it's like at the moment a little bit of separated interaction, what is fine because it is part of. You can't have always the group conversation going on.
Yeah.
I can just sit there and really get the pictures in my brain, even without the picture reference. I mean, for the viewers, it's great to have like some visual reference here and then to amplify the fantasy there. But wow, I will definitely after every Tuesday session, I'm actually kind of redreaming what we've played in my brain graphics, like RTX on and NVIDIA 2080 Ti going on.
Players actually mentioned that they kind of flirted in game with their characters respectively, and they actually had we had a very intense session where the female bard kind of just died, got mauled, and the blood. Yeah, but the blood hunter offered his soul for it, and then kind of she got revived, and he was like not talking about it, and then they both respectively in that night had a dream. I don't know about the characters, like having sex and all that shit. Like
Yo,
that's like fucking creepy. Like,
The magic of D&D.
yeah, it can definitely be very immersive. And science has shown that the adventures we explore in a Dungeons and Dragons group, for example, are calculated and memorized in the same part of the brain like actual memories and adventures. That's why whenever you I don't know, you're fairly new to the game, right? But for example, you're at a house party, right, and chatting with a friend of your group, and you're just like, "Oh my god, this was so crazy! As we threw the fireball, we all exploded," and someone walks by and is like, "What are you guys talking about?" And you're just like in a whole other world, and to everyone else, you seem kind of weird.
Yeah.
And that's due to it feeling real.
Great review
Thing.
of
Yeah.
D&D. You become weird.
Yeah.
It's true.
I suppose let's give our man Radzi the word, shall we?
Indeed. So that'll be the end of today's stream, guys. Obviously, we return next Tuesday to continue. And if we have learned anything from the style that our incredible DM Jax rolls by, I'm probably dead next week. And one of us is probably getting knocked the fuck out as well. So you never know. You never know what could be around the corner. But let's find out what the rest of the crew are up to for the remainder of the week. MrDinoRawrrz, what have you got going on, bro?
Well, actually, I didn't make a lot of plans, so probably Sea of Thieves. And,
Hey, my man.
yeah, I try to plan somewhat to do Breath of the Wild, but every time I think I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna play Sea of Thieves again. So probably it's gonna be Sea of Thieves, and some more Sea of Thieves, and yeah, maybe some more Sea of Thieves. Also, I am in my free time trying to speedrun Gore. It's a game by Angry Demon Studio. Apparently, if you get under 17 minutes and you post it on Twitter, you can get one of their games for free. I had a speedrun of like around 11 minutes, and we also we're also in Discord with a couple of people finding bugs and everything to speedrun through it. We have surpassed the sub 10 speedruns. Someone had a speedrun of like 9 minutes and 3 seconds or so. So
okay, that's pretty epic.
We're breaking the game in all the beautiful ways, and
in all
just
the ways.
That's all Mr. Dino.
Stuff you're not doing on stream.
breaking things for the greater good.
Yeah. So yeah, I might do that as well, just to see how far I can get into, how far I can shave the time down. But
That's sick.
Sounds good, bro.
So
The chicken nugget, my boy. What have you got going on this week?
He was a skater boy. He said so.
Yeah, I've been skating a lot. Actually, it's been very fun. I'm gonna be skating a lot too. Probably not on stream, but on Friday, I've gotten really far on one of my decks. So we're doing an art stream. Probably finishing my Harry Potter deck. It's super cool. I'm really happy with it. There's pictures in Discord of how it's gonna look. And then I also have another freshly broken board that I can make art out of, which is
There be Dragons Northern Ventures board coming.
Incoming.
not this one, but probably the next one, because it's broken.
Just to quickly go off on a very brief short tangent. Are these all your own boards that you're breaking, or are you getting your friends' ones too?
I thought I was gonna have to ask people for boards, but I've started again, and I'm out of
I've
shape.
never known someone to go through boards as fast as you do. So if you if you're skating stairs, you need to stop skating stairs, bro. I don't know how you're snapping so much.
Pretty much, that's it. I'm just super unlucky.
Yeah, fair. It happens.
This is probably boring for everyone, but I'm skating a quarter pipe. I'm learning stuff, but every time I slip out, the board just shoots out in super speeds and hits
into the worst possible places. I get it, man. I get it.
Ships it up pieces. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Basically skating every day. I'm having a lot of fun. Maybe streams at some point, but yeah, the art stream Friday night.
Sounds good, dude. All right, Kormakrtv, what have we got going on this week?
Well, as for after this session, I'm gonna hop in back and finally had some time to check out XCOM Chimera Squad, even though I've heard not so many good things about it. But well, we got it for free, so I want to have a look at it. Once we're wrapping up here and the day after tomorrow, morning stream with Alien Isolation because I'm a poopy pant and I have to play this game during the day. Because I was terrified playing it during the night and had nightmares for 3 days at least.
Oh,
With
man.
this clicking sound and hissing sound of the alien in my ear.
Yeah,
that
of course.
Not good.
was just
It-
terrible.
Oh, spoilers, please.
You're
Yeah.
in space. It's not true immersion if you don't play it at night.
Shut up. I know. But
He
I,
doesn't
will
wanna
just,
do it.
I will just dim the lights or whatever, but I will have to, time-wise, because of work, play it during the day. And then it's Friday, and I'm gonna play with our dear friend and beautiful DM Jack's Divinity Original Sin 2. And depending on how long he has time and we go, we might squeeze in a test play of a game that recently released called Disintegration.
Yes.
Wait, are we? No, you test play that, right?
Yeah,
I'm going-
I'm test playing it. The protagonist kind of reminds me of Garrus from Mass Effect.
And if you want
Yeah.
to drop by, it's gonna be very exciting. We actually reached the end of freaking Fort Joy, and we're gonna start with the big boss battle against
yeah.
someone
yeah.
next week. So if you've got time, join us
And of
around
course,
10
during
a.m.
all these sessions, yeah, exactly, 10 a.m. I think it is. Yeah, 10 a.m. Exactly. And during all these sessions, of course, charity going on crazy, and every stream giving games and doing all my good deed stuffs there. And then it's weekend, and then it's hopefully Tuesday soon.
Indeed.
Dungeons.
Tuesday never comes soon enough. All right, Fenris, brother, what have we got going on this week?
Well, plans for this week are Friday. I'm gonna jump back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Instead of doing the New Game Plus, like I said last week, I realized I never did the last DLC, so that's what we're currently doing.
Are we talking about
Then-
Atlantis?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the once before, but for some reason I totally blanked out on Atlantis. Don't ask me why or how. Saturday is not gonna be a stream. I'm gonna take this Saturday off to do a bit of studying. And Sunday we're gonna jump maybe into Battle Brothers, otherwise I'll come up with a different game. I'm not sure yet. I had a bit of a bad luck streak in the game and I'm kind of bored of it already again. So we'll see. We'll see. Because you can only take so much suffering. At some point you're kind of like,
Yeah. Like, if luck is not on your side, you get a bad streak. It's like, oh, fuck. Okay, next time.
Yeah. So I don't know
Fair
what
enough,
exactly
fair enough.
will be Sunday, but we'll see. Maybe some
All
Sea
right,
of Thieves knowing Dino.
yeah. Go grief, Dino.
Yeah.
What
that's
about
it.
you, you beautiful ratty of a man?
Me. Yes. Okay.
Sitting in the
So
dark.
I'm sitting in the dark. I'm preparing to become one with the night. Yeah. So I've got this week off work. I'm primarily just like preparing to move out of our flat. We have a month left, so been painting and stuff like that. But I have been doing Last of Us 2 streams with headphones on the maximum volume, and I am an absolute chicken. Like a branch blew nearby, and I was like, fuck. Like, yeah, I am on edge. Game is tense, and super visceral and brutal. So it's like, yeah,
How do you
it's.
like it so far?
I am loving it. I am loving it.
Storm going on. I've just realized.
Yeah, there's a big whole thing there, but I'm enjoying my playthrough. I'm enjoying the story. I went in with zero expectations, and I'm having a wonderful time so far. So let's just see how that goes. But basically, yeah, if you guys want to see me shit myself, not quite literally, but as close as it gets to being on terms of service, yeah, swing by my streams. And I expect that I'll probably be done with the game by Friday. So come Saturday, I will be starting a new game. As to what it is, I'm not 110% sure yet, but it will be a story-driven RPG, let's play, progressive campaign, going through, doing all the good stuff. So stay tuned for the exact details, but it's basically going to be more 10 out of 10, terrible gamer playing incredible games on stream as usual with me. And of course, Mr. Jax, our wonderful DM.
What?
We know what you're doing Friday. What about the rest of the week, though?
So Friday starts with Divinity Original Sin 2. And then in the evening, I've kept my own fucking session. Another group, second group. And yeah, pretty much it. Actually, apart from that, tomorrow, with Corona, lockdown being less and less strong in Germany, a friend of mine is coming over for coffee, meeting a few friends, seeing them back. And apart from that, just some cooking with friends and shit. Just doing stuff. I don't know.
Just having a good time and a good weekend.
Life. It's good weather. Maybe head to the lake or something. I don't know. Pretty spontaneous about it.
Quite jealous. I might hop on a plane and head to the lake with you. But
Why not? Come over. If there wasn't like, oh shoot, you're not in the EU anymore, are you?
Nah. Well, I mean, I can still come. It's cool. It's cool. I actually have dual citizenship. I'm Irish, so I am in the EU.
I bet your borders aren't open, are they?
Well, some flights are to some places, but it's a little bit iffy.
Come over here, enter like 2 weeks of quarantine just to go to the lake once.
Yeah, just to go to the lake, and then all the hot weather goes away, and it's like, bye.
Yeah, after that, Redzi shout out just already. I've got a donation box money pool if you want to drop by and throw in a buck or two.
Indeed.
I would really appreciate it. I've got quite some expenses weekly or monthly, depending on what we're talking about, like all the art and such. Although we don't see that much because it's mainly for the combat and stuff. Still putting a lot of time and effort. Creative work, which is for me as a mathematician fairly odd. I still enjoy it. It's my form of art. There we go. Feel like that's it for this
Sounds
week.
good. Well, that's the plans from everyone here from the Northern Ventures party. Thank you very much to everybody on everyone's respective streams for watching. We are sure you did, but we also hope that you did. Have a wonderful time. We'll be back same time, same place next Tuesday to continue the epic journey. Thank you very much. Take care. Look out for one another, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ah, my fucking hand.